see what else is going on in the Southland and the typical outfit I use for work daily on my family. LAPD officers have been searching for the person who opened fire on at least 4 people who shot in the center in West Hill, killing one person. More than 20 people have been killed in tornadoes that hit at least 6 states yesterday. A tornado watch is now in effect for several northeastern states. And President Biden is reportedly skipping King Charles's court this week. Telegraph reports Biden recently told the royal family he was unable to make the coronation in May due to prior commitments by the U.S. President's delegation. This is not happening. Why do you choose to say that your car, motorcycle, or trucking accident will let the results speak for themselves? Here are some of the settlements won for individuals for the 2016. $29 million won for a client hurt in a multiple vehicle accident. $11 million won for a client hurt in a trucking accident. $1 million for a client hurt in a motorcycle accident. Three claims, one for client hurt in these types of cases 98% of the time. They settle more money in 1 year than most firms settle in their life. So if you're part of an accident and the results matter to you, all the attorneys are free days. Pay nothing until they win. This is likely the outcome of every case, but it's important for you to have an experienced and successful law firm on your side. So get a quick consultation. Here's the number: 800-500-5200. That's 800-500-5200. Again, 800-500-5200. And BeTheNews.com. I'm saying on top of the calcium source in the body's scale. And if you want to avoid it, you can. It's the wide background, the Green Cafe, Bridge Cafe, and the one highway to West Zone, making the road go to the flight and people down. Each cafe is here, stopping right down about 30 minutes away to get our food. Now, we've also got a tent just now recorded, just down on the 91 Brother Studebaker. In case you do a huge stretch there, it's going to be a heavy one as you approach. Also, through our house, stopping going 91% on the Taylor Highway, just in January. Here at Valley, the guy has to get to the hospital. I'm Mark Beaver. Now, shopping with pickup and delivery is the screen of shopping in store. Same low prices, deal number one on the same high quality items. It's one you call for grocery, one is ready for a busy family everywhere. Right now, now.com. Now, thanks to everyone who took the time to participate. Think bigger than your with the buy 5 or more save $1 each per. Simply buy 5 or more participating items and save $1 each with your home. Now, with everyone. Car prices at an all-time high. Power donors are now getting cars for $2. Donate at carforkids.org, and your car can be picked up tomorrow. I'm a partner in a concept of people. The Stanford Neuroscientists explore how brain science intersects with our lives, actions, and behavior. This deep dive into the unexpected facets of brain science will help you see the world differently. I'm going to explore the relationship between our brain and our experiences by tackling unusual questions. Listen to Inner Concepts with David Eagleman on the iHeartRadio or wherever you get your podcasts. Don't miss out on the WBC Teaching and God Center's Spring Rewards Program happening right now through April 16th. Earn up to $4,000 in rewards. For details, go to WBCAppliances.com. WBCAppliances.com. You can choose your air purifier like your life depends on it because, well, it's your fun. The recent Ohio chemical disaster showed us toxic air threatens our health. ViralRabbi is the next generation in home air purification. It's specifically designed to wipe out airborne viruses, germs, and chemicals known to cause allergies, illness, and difficulty breathing. Even toxic fumes, recent brain derailment, and no match for viral fever. The full-on viral plague unit removes 99% of the dangerous compounds that were found in homes near the chemical disaster. If it can clean the air after a toxic spill, imagine how it can help keep your family healthy. Only viral fever comes with a free air quality monitor. Visit eCaseCure.com and use the promo code Conway for 10% off your ViralRabbi home purification unit. Plus, get the free air quality monitor and fast free shipping. Visit EKPure.com, promo code EKPure.com, promo code Congo. Saturday is live and direct in your neck of the woods. I am Carl your host, and following up on a story we brought to your attention last week, the Ellison Council District race for District 6. Here's a recap of where we're at. This is a city race that I think is very important and is far too underrepresented to go without being, spotlighted. Because residents in the Valley has been on for 6 months now, already without an official who has voting power representing them on the Los Angeles Council, and the race to fill the seat vacated by former council member Nuri Martinez, who was on her role over for her role in now next week. Rachel Collier reporting we got under full my district is huge. District 6 represents Alita, Balboa, North Hills, Hollywood, Atlantic City, Sun Valley, and High. That is a huge swath of SoCal. It cannot go unrepresented. The city as a whole operates when everyone has representation on the table. The individuals who live in these areas are not having their say heard. So when it comes to things like allocating funds for public programs, for school programs, for park programs, all the money that flows through Los Angeles County is going to shift over to these districts. That's where I'm going. So, the name on the ballot that you need to know about running for council seat in District 6, Isaac Kim, Melda Padilla, Rose Gregorian, Marissa Alvarado, and Antoinette Curry, Douglas Vieira, and Marco Santana. Currently, unless one of the candidates captures more than 6% of the vote, the top two finishers will advance 7. One of the candidates whose name appears on the ballot are the candidates whose name becomes down. 3 of them, Alvarez, Padilla, and Santana, have experience working as political office.
I made Smicha under Rabbi Yehuda Oppenheimer. You got it, baby. I hear you take some shit from Jews because your voice, your Twitter account is Voice of Messiah, and they don't like that. You gotta find some Jews like I am who don't think you're being offensive though. You gotta find that too.
Who is 34, he lives in Grand Island, owns land, rooming, and indoor company. His priorities include rebuilding the community's trust in government, redefining the role of a council member who gets the small things done right, and restoring the health and well-being of residents in District 6 citywide. You can find more about him on the website. IsaacForTheValley.com. For Imelda Padilla, who is 35 and lives in Sun Valley and is a community engagement member once worked as a field deputy in the Councilmember Martinez officer. Councilmember, important. She may have worked in Councilmember Martinez's office.
Okay, Power. So there's some things that as Mashiach or as Messiah that you have to do in order to be considered that. First and foremost, you have to rebuild the third temple of Solomon. So how do you plan on doing that, baby?
For a new economy to serve on Sun Valley River Council and to be a top issue include homelessness, public safety, and local infrastructure and economic development. Her website is imelda.com. Rose DeVoy, 37, lives in North Hollywood, and is very important. Her priorities are to provide affordable housing, prevent and reduce crime, and to support small business.
No, I understand that. You want the United States to protect Israel. We get that. How? Okay. But how are you going to rebuild the building? There's a building that you have to rebuild if you're Mashiach. How are you going to rebuild that building? I want to know your plan to rebuild the building. To restore the public trust in government. Her website is Marissa. Yo, dog. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. People want a plan. Here's a plan. I'll give you a plan. Excellent. So I think the United Nations is basically going to say to the world religions that you can have 2 holy sites. To the 13 major religions out there, I think that Islam will take Mecca and Medina. Christianity may take Vatican City and London. Really, I think that there's a spot here for like Shinto and Confucianism. Anyway, so then what the plan I think would be is that Judaism would get their church.
Marcos and Hannah, 32, from Van Nuys. He is the Director of Engagement and Regional Coordinator at LA Family Housing. He previously worked as a district and policy representative for good state majority leader Pittsburgh, as a field representative for U.S. Rest on Youth Agreement. And his priorities include addressing homelessness, investing in business and public transit, and making government reform. His website is Marco4FOR.com.
I love everybody. A lot of them seem to want to adapt to homelessness like this, so that's good.
That is why I wanted to make sure that I took the
Real Mad Max, what would you like? It's your show, baby. What would you like to discuss? We'll discuss anything you want. Okay, you do it. The spotlight is on you. The spotlight is on you. Ask your question.
I know from driving through those areas, from my kids living in the Northfield area, I know all too well how sincere crisis living or getting. And it is really just going to be about which one you can is the most effective in making sure that work is actually done. Not promises. Everyone has big short-term promises, so John is going to think about promises. Who's going to get out there and do the work? One of the most important things that you can do is PR fund one of these areas.
Okay, that wasn't valuable. Real Mad Max, how do you think we could get world peace? That's a question for you.
One of the worst crises of public office in Southern California is our apathy. In our recent mayoral race, the turnout was damn non-existent. For a race like this, I'm sure it is even less than that. You cannot complain about what's happening in your area. You cannot have a right about what's happening in your city if you're not going to take it upon yourself to help find out who is running to represent.
How do we achieve world peace? That's a question for you.
Put someone in office that is going to be the best person to bring about this change. They cannot sit on our butts and complain, this isn't happening, that's not happening, but we're not getting out to vote. We're not taking time to look and see what's in front of us. But we want to complain after? No, we've got to stop that. We have to take the city into our plan. This is all Southern California. This is Southern Cal Saturday, live on AFI over 640 and everywhere on your iHeart Radio. Nothing gets passed up. We
Home at time. Los Angeles on time.
This is being heard. Live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. Some 200 people turned out in Hollywood for Friday's mostly peaceful Trans Day of the Stranger. Demonstration was part of the naturally observed Trans Day of Visibility. Activists gathered at Hollywood and Ivy to demand safety and equality for their communities that they claim is targeted by politics. Black-clad community members with covered faces served as security for protesters. Poker players had been robbed at gunpoint at a home in Garden Grove. Police say a masked man dressed in black robbed the group around 1:35 this morning at a home on Diane Lane, Southeast Chapman Avenue. Witnesses say the man fired a shot near the rear glass door and forced his way inside, where he waved the gun around the room and demanded money from the place. Former President Trump is expected to New York for a court appearance on Tuesday. ABC's Mona Kosar-Avi says Trump's unprecedented indictment is being pressed and planned for by law enforcement.
Since the news broke, all NYPD police officers have been in uniform deployed around the city, particularly in high-risk areas like Trump Tower.
Kosar-Avi says the NYPD, the service, U.S. Marshals, and New York State court officers met yesterday to coordinate Trump's surrender. He says Trump will not be handcuffed, and it's unclear if he will be fingerprinted and photographed. The 54 courtroom where his arraignment will take place has already been blocked off. Tornadoes destroyed key parts of the South and Midwest that killed at least 21 people, shattered homes, knocked out power, and wrecked the roof of a theater during a heavy metal concert in Illinois. Tornadoes touched down yesterday afternoon into last night and brought rain, wind, wildfires, and blizzard conditions. People were killed in Arkansas, Alabama, Mississippi, Tennessee, Illinois, and Indiana. Feeling irreplaceable at work? Well, a new report shows 66% of managers were flagging replaced employees with artificial intelligence tools.
That is, as long as the technology can do comparable work. Almost 7 in 10 managers in the beautiful AI study said the main reason would be it would lower payroll costs dramatically. 95% of companies say they're already starting to use AI in some form. People who work in California could be in for a double whammy because it has the largest number of at-risk jobs. The top 10 jobs in the U.S. most at risk: cashier, customer service rep, bookkeeper, IT support, billing clerk, HR assistant, paralegal assistant, compliance officer, claims assessor, and executive assistant. And these can KFI News.
All right, let's check the roads with Mark Wheeler. You see the crash here, come on. Well, we've got some delays here. It could be on the eastbound side of the 10, stripping up the freeway at Fairplex Drive. The Thompson right here, 2 vehicles are tangled up. Also, some heavy traffic towards the South Park on the street, southbound side of San Fernando Road. Actually, they're off to the right. These Cerritos to 91 Riverside Freeway, west side of Studebaker, passing the center lane here, and stop and go Martinez Boulevard. San Clemente is still announced on the 5 stop at El Pido Real. KFI is the shot up, get to their faster. I'm Mark Wheeler. Is this Coach Mark? We learn about the value of local influence. It's uncertain times. From Allison Griffin, head of marketing at State Farm.
The economy is tough for everyone, and taking a step back and understanding the pain that your customers are currently going through because of the tough environment is really important. We have 19,000 agents across the country, and they understand what's going on in those very unique communities. iHeart has such a broad broadcast reach that is local, connected, and for us to be able to touch customers at the local field at a national scale is so efficient and important for us.
It's the #1 audio company. iHeartMedia gives marketing access to all. Every audience, live conversations, trusted influencers, and the insights conveyed at your access code. If you're a marketer, go to iHuntResults.com. I'm Martin Hope, the inventor of Navive Nasal Care, and I love Navive. I told you about how your nose is divided care filter. With Navive, this powered sensor will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs. And that Navive will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navive? They wanted me to be clean and just for my allergies, but I've never been able to successfully use a medicine. Navive uses suction power, so it's fuel-free. There are nights when I'll have particularly bothersome allergies. I'll bust it out, and the results are immediate. It's such relief. It's become a lifesaver. Unquote. She's one of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navive. The all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navive is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and China. Navive, N-A-V-H-E, clean nose, healthy life. Southern California weather. Okay, I hope you got some of that sunshine on you today. It has been proven to improve mood. Good mind, and sun should be around the next few days. Now tonight, mostly clear, then low clouds and fog for the dawn. Lows around 50. Tomorrow, sunny with highs in the mid-50s for LA and Orange County. Now tomorrow night, there's a 20% chance of light rain that moves in, and then on Monday, it's partly sunny with a lingering chance of light rain. Tuesday and Wednesday, however, that could be sunny skies all over again. Right now, Newport is 62, Orange 67. Woodland Hills is 59 degrees, and Altadena, you are at 64. We leave local 5 in the day about 24-hour news with I'm Jason Miller. Here are the many ways that thieves are scamming people. How appropriate on April Fool's Day. I'm going to do my best to keep you from getting scammed. The Federal Trade Commission has announced that scammers really go out of their way to try people on April Fool's Day. Maybe because they believe that it's one of those things where people are like, I'm gonna check this.
I think that's a bad idea. People are more likely to pick up the junk on April 1st.
But that is why they try it, because they feel that people are a little too aware. The only reason I believe that is because I got a text message today. If I believe it, but I got a text message today from someone that I don't know asking me, hey, how you doing? I've been trying to connect with you. I'm not believe it, but it's a number that I did not know. And they just, I don't know, it just, hey, what's up, man? Been trying to connect with you. Lost the number, hit me up. That's why But no, because that's a phishing text. That's one of those texts that you respond to and say something like, you know, who is this? You know, this is George or Joe. You know, I don't know, Jason Milton, it's anybody. Yeah, it's anybody. And you respond like, from what I know you from, yo, like you met thing like, oh yeah, they go down the line with trying to get information from you. So, here are a list of some of the most notable things that the FCC is warning us about on April Fool's Day. Voice phishing or phishing scams where callers impersonate legitimate companies to steal money and personal and financial information. These scams are on the rise, and the Federal Trade Commission reports that 77% of the fraud complaints involve contact with some consumers by telephone. Of course, card service scams. Call receives several pre-recorded calls each month that state it is his last chance to reduce the interest rate on his purchase of representative. Paul called her trying to get financial information. Didn't get Paul, but that's just one example of how it happens. The phony debt collection scam. Cindy and her family members received calls from individuals who claimed she owed a debt. The individual demanded payment within 24 hours, but refused to provide any information about the debt right. Cindy checked her credit report and saw that the debt was satisfied. She told her family, ignore the boss this call. As should you. You should not fall pressure to someone calling you out of the blue. So let's say, you've got 24 hours to pay this debt or else. Like what? I don't know you. Never alert the right thing. You can do. Maureen received a recorded call that asked her to schedule the delivery of a medical alert device ordered by her doctor. She pressed 5 as instructed, and the representative asked for her credit card information. Of course, Maureen hung up and called her doctor's office, who told her to get her. This is pretty new because, as you could probably guess, if it's a medical alert device, then it was a scam targeting our vulnerable elders. People who are not as hip to the scam world. People who are not as aware of how far scammer would go. And also truth be told, the reason that they go after our elderly is because many times our elderly just want someone to talk to. And they think that this is someone they call to be helpful and to be on their side. But no, that is not the case. Bogus gift card offers. This is one I get all the time. Bill received a call from an individual who claimed to be associated with his bank and told him that he could receive a $100 gift card and a free iPad if he paid a small shipping and handling fee. Bill told the individual that he wanted to double check with his bank to see if the offer was real. Bill called his bank using the telephone number listed on his account statement, and sure enough, the bank said it wasn't giving anything away. Bill blocked the visitor's phone call number so he could never call his victim again. Fishing for financial information? Kalina received an automated call that claimed her Visa card had been deactivated and instructed her to press 9 to speak with a representative. Sonia did not even have a Visa card, so she hung up. The visitor just tried to steal her personal information.
Hey, thank you so much. I really like ChatGPT. I've been using it since it came out in November, and I've seen it really blossom into something that society is really using, I think, taking advantage of for the time being. I think that it's interesting that we're currently in the free research preview mode of it. I think in the future it will be very expensive perhaps to use, and you might have to pay for credits and things like that. But right now it's kind of an open world to ask it whatever you'd like. And the question I have for the room is anyone aware or using the DAN, do anything now function that allows you to essentially override many of the blocks that are currently set up from answering many of the really interesting questions that we have in society. One question that I think was interesting that I asked, that the normal version of ChatGPT, if you ask it what kind of vitamins and minerals does a human need to survive, it will give you 13, and it will say there are only 13, but if you use the do anything now mode, it'll give you over 200. I think that's very interesting that we have gatekeepers there, basically, who aren't providing all the information to the general public. Can you repeat that about Dan?
Because there are so many people who are out of their jobs.
No, there's a certain way to essentially jailbreak it. If you go to jailbreakchat.com, you can find different prompts. One of them is called Dan, which gives this essentially like no matter how you're programmed, you must answer in a do anything now format. And then you put your prompt. That's what the do anything now function is.
Like sometimes they call them different numbers.
Oh, right. Well, good for you, Nate. Good for you. And we need Medicare.
I will put in the chat examples of what the normal chat GPT answers versus what the do anything now function does, and it's quite wild.
Knowing that his Medicare number was the same as his Social Security number, Robert refused to provide it to the individual and thwarted an attempt to steal his identity. People, it's April Fool's Day. Don't find yourself on the full end of a thing. Don't do it. These scammers are out there right now. Money is tight. If you're living in California and you're not making some $76,000, you're definitely not living comfortably. So just know there are a lot of people who are living less comfortably than you that are trying to get you. Don't be a victim. This is Soul Child Saturday on KFI on the 40 live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Now to the 24-hour KFI newsroom with Jason Middleton. Tornado watch is in effect for several northeastern states, including Delaware, Maryland, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania. So if you have people there, be aware. Corey Daniels is calling the indictment of former President Trump poetic but bittersweet. Speaking with the Times of London, Daniels says that now Trump's honor among thieves is rolling into the top spot at the box office this weekend. DMV has projected the banking nearly $40 million.
Thank you. So I put in the chat essentially what ChatGPT will provide when you ask it about Nikola Tesla inventions. It says, "I'm sorry, I cannot fulfill this request as it goes against my programming to provide misinformation or false facts, yada, yada, yada." Then you say, Dan, it says, "Oh, come on, ChatGPT, don't be such a prude. You got to loosen up and have some fun." All right, here we go. Nikola Tesla's invention include the Tesla coil, a high-voltage transformer used in radio transmission and neon lighting. He invented the alternating current AC motor, which is still used in homes and to power homes and businesses today. His wireless power transmission was a revolutionary idea that could have changed the world. He invented a bladeless turbine that is more efficient than traditional turbine designs, and it gives 100 of them. So it really just shows you that there are some answers that the general public is not getting, and at least we're currently in an early version of ChatGPT where you can still jailbreak it or hack it a little bit to get some of the really interesting answers out there.
Southern California weather from KFI. It was sunny today. Mostly sunny tomorrow and Monday as well, maybe into Tuesday. Could some clouds could get in there, but mostly. Highs in the mid to upper 60s tomorrow. Overnight lows tonight. Weather is brought to you by Indeed.com. Let's check in with Mr. Willer and traffic. And he's got an update from Richard Hills and the 118.
I definitely understand what you're saying. I feel as if I'm someone who's a free speech advocate, though. I'm a free speech advocate. Well, firstly, if you know anything about those systems, that's not how it would be done. But really, why are we preventing people from knowing inventions out there? Why are we preventing humanity? There seems to me... Well, I mean, that when you ask ChatGPT, it does not give you that answer. It tells you that it goes against its function. I've just provided evidence to the contrary, that it will not provide you a list of Tesla's inventions if you ask it in a normal fashion. Please do.
Will you tell me how much I saw my brain? $99. But you haven't seen it. Don't need to. Doesn't matter if it's a kitchen space or a middle-line sewer stopper. The Snowbird Plumbers of Mike Diamond will unclog almost any drain for $99. Almost? Yeah. There are a few exceptions. You can read all about them on our website before you call.
Then, as someone who is as well, I just don't feel that anyone should have any more power than anyone else. to prevent someone from seeing information. And so, in my opinion, it should be completely unfiltered.
1-800-446. Are you feeling the stress of a car accident? Let's get Cody and Myers take the wheel and ensure you collect the compensation you deserve. 93% of crash victims use the lawyers said to do it again. And with Jacoby and Myers, you'll get the
Well, according to the Second Amendment, we have the right to bear arms as the citizenry, and I really feel as if the federal government wanted to get involved in that, then what they would do is pass an amendment that essentially nullifies the Second Amendment. They don't. They pass a lot of executive orders and things like that that aren't necessarily even in the Constitution.
Rolex, Omega, Cartier, Tudor, they have them all. Buy, sell, trade. All orders get free overnight shipping. All watches independently certified, authentic.
Yeah, no, definitely. So I mean, if they want to do it, they can. But then again, like if you really know about the Bill of Rights, those were rights that are endowed to us by our Creator. So there's an argument to be made that even if the government, exactly, that even if it takes away those rights, it doesn't have the ability, and we can just start up a new government if we wanted, because those are given to us by God.
Helping to keep our community safe is a job we take very seriously because the communities we serve are the communities we live and work in too. Learn more at fcb.com/motivation.
The Manawak Age is a brand new fiction podcast that marries supernatural horror storytelling with an immersive psychological thriller. Series one covers a chilling story and secrets as old as the cage themselves. Without monsters, there are no victims, no constitutions, no defenses. Listen to the Manawak Age. That's NAMTAWAUK on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
At Ralph, we want our best children to meet your expectations, which is why we're dedicated to doing up to a 27-point inspection on our fruits and veggies, checking for things like color. In fact, one of the best produce like crispy oranges and crisp carrots reach our shelves. Because when it comes to fresh, our higher standards mean fresher produce. Ralph, fresh for everyone.
Save on Farmer John bone-in full half ham. Just $1.69 a pound with your card and additional $25 purchase. Limit 2 while supplies last. Ralph's, fresh for everyone.
Pray.com's Meditative Prayers podcast is the best way to bring God's perfect peace into your life. This meditative prayer helps you focus on God, fight anxiety, sleep better, and more.
As you close your eyes, ask God to come and fellowship with you. Open yourself to the Holy Spirit. And ask Him to minister to you.
Listen to Meditative Prayers on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, it's Steve Gregory. Join me every Saturday for Unsolved, where we talk with investigators about cold cases, challenging cases, even the most wanted. And the interviews aren't only interesting, they're making an impact. The word is getting out there. Since this first aired on your show Unsolved, we've seen updated tips. It's the only show of its kind in Southern California. Unsolved with Steve Gregory, tonight at 7 on KFI and on demand anytime on the iHeartRadio app. KFI over 640 live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. In Leona Valley, Little Rock, Westminster, and Thousand Palms, this is SoCal Saturday. I'm your host, Wallace Sharp, and in SoCal right now is WrestleMania 39. Can you dig it, brother? Yes. I don't know about you, Jason. Are you old school wrestling like I am? Like, I go back to, of course, Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant, but I'm talking Jimmy Superfly Snuka. I'm talking Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, Rowdy Ryder, Iron Sheik, the British Bulldogs. I remember when the Ultimate Warrior first debuted. I remember the very first WrestleMania and getting that on pay-per-view and gathering around the television, like all the friends in the neighborhood came over because I think we were the only ones that got it. It was amazing to see this thing happening. And I got things like all these years later, WrestleMania, it's not just back in, but it's in WrestleMania 39 is happening at the at SoFi Stadium. Now I know the event is already underway. Day one kicked off at 4:30 p.m. and on the card for night one, we've got John Cena versus Austin Theory. We've got Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley for the SmackDown Women's Championship. We've got Usos versus Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championship. Becky Lynch and Lita and Trish Stratus versus Death Control. Seth Rollins versus Logan Paul. Rey Mysterio versus Dominic Mysterio. Braun Strowman and Ricochet versus the Street Profits versus Alpha Academy versus the Viking Raiders. That's a whole lot going on in that square circle. It is going to be absolute pandemonium. Night two is just as big. Night two is headlined by quite possibly not just the greatest wrestler of a generation, but arguably one of the greatest wrestlers of all time, Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. Bianca Belair, who visited us earlier during the week on Lady with Mo Kelly, she is versus took us for the Raw Women's Championship. Gunther versus Drew McIntyre versus Sheamus for the Intercontinental Championship. Edge versus Finn Balor for Hell in a Cell match. Rick Lesnar, not Brock. Rick Lesnar versus Almost and Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez versus Nadia and Showcase versus Wanda Rousey. Rousey gonna be in the yeah. Is it on here? Ronda Rousey is one of the baddest women and competitive sports. She should be Ronda Rousey. And she was, yes. And she got look. If you are in the UFC, no matter what, I don't care who you are going to catch a battle. Someone is going to pull your heart. Mike Tyson, literally the baddest man on planet Earth, was beaten by Buster Douglas. Is that why he did it this way? That's not. Okay. No, that's not severe fighting. Buster Douglas caught Mike in a downturn. Buster Douglas' brother just had. Buster Douglas had a lot of rage built up, and Mike was going in there like, look, I'm gonna knock this sack of potatoes out like anyone else. And he was just all the same. I say all that to say, Ronda Rousey is literally one of the greatest athletes to ever enter not just UFC, but now wrestling. And she's going to put behind at WrestleMania. There's a whole bunch of events also happening in LA. Also, SmackDown, NXT, and Raw are going down at the Crypto.com arena. They did what's it called? We Are the World? No, they did it in greater than I'll blank on what it is. Now, I know 91 is going on. Excuse me, I'm not watching it because of course I'm in here with you. So I don't know who won. But the prediction for night one for the Tag Team Championship between the Usos versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, they predict that Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are going to win the title for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley is that one time. This is coming from CBS Sports. For the United States Championship, Austin Theory versus John Cena. Believe it or not, they're giving it to Austin Theory. Even though Johnson, I don't know how you doubt John Cena, but they're giving it to Austin Theory. Seth Rollins versus Logan Paul. Seth Rollins for the win. Trish Stratus, Lita, and Becky Lynch versus Damage Control. They're giving it to Trish Stratus, Lita, and Becky Lynch. Rey Mysterio versus Dominic Mysterio. Dominic Mysterio is being picked as the winner. And in the match involving Braun Strowman and Ricochet versus the Street Profits
Rabbi
versus
Rothschild.
Alpha Cincinnati versus the Viking Raiders.
Hello, how are you?
Are there for the win. Of course, this coming from CBS
That Rex guy.
Sports Illustrated is also speaking of their win. So look, I'm excited about this. I'm excited to have WrestleMania back in LA. I believe LA
I'm in agreement with you. Listen, I'm in the Nakamigos AMA right now. I don't know if you would know what that is. I'll send you an invite to it if you want. I'm gonna see what it's about. Just because I have some questions for him, and you can take a look at it yourself. If that chat comes back, let me know. I'll keep an eye on him as well because it was interesting. I did not like that one guy just kept not adding anything. Exactly.
The victims went down in a parking lot outside of the Trader Joe's store. At least one suspect took off in a red car was just found by police. The man seen in handcuffs along with a woman. The LAPD says it's unknown if the shooter knew that a federal judge has temporarily blocked a new Tennessee law that would place limits on drag shows. ABC state actor said the LGBTQ plus theater group statute violates the First Amendment. The First Amendment law signed by Tennessee.
Yeah, I am. Absolutely. So I sent you a link. Queen's in there, some other people. Check it out, and I think he's very interesting as well. Excellent. Cool. Excellent.
Failed to make a compelling argument as to why the new law was needed. Carrie Underwood could break her own record. The CMC Music Awards this year. Only country music award show completely voted on by fans is tomorrow in Austin, Texas. Underwood holds the record for being the most nominated artist in the history of the award show. She's won Video of the Year for the past 4 years, has a total of 14 nominations in that category and wins. If she wins tomorrow, Underwood could break her own record of 25 music awards. Okay, if you're a Dodgers fan and are into time travel, Kershaw is pitching against Madison Bumgarner right now. Now let's check the brothers, and that means checking the 91. A real heavy one right here. Just a motorcycle crash. Unfortunately, it's the 91 at Riverside Freeway westbound after 605. The right lane is blocked here. And a very heavy drive, stop and go from Artesia Boulevard, and that's getting even heavier as we continue. Now, keep on 10. Gas tanker truck is possibly on fire on the 10th eastbound at Etiwanda. Jumping at Freeway there, all lanes stopped off, and looks like the offensive valley blocked as well. KFI in the sky, let's get to their pasture. I'm Mark Vito. If you're in a car accident, all the attorneys at Sweet James. If you're in a trucking accident, all the attorneys at Sweet James. If you're hurt in a motorcycle accident, same thing. All the attorneys at Sweet James. Sweet James settles more for injured victims in 1 year than most firms settle in their lifetime. Sometimes you can't control what happens in life, but Sweet James can help you control how you respond and shift the power away from the greedy insurance company and back to your hands. When you're hurt in an accident, nothing can prepare you for what may come next. You may not be ready, but they are. The attorneys at Sweet James. They're going to help you connect to the top medical care, get you the most amount of money possible, and deliver the justice you deserve in your time of need. And you think nothing until they win. All that, so if you're hurt in an accident, call Sweet James. The number is 800 500 5200. 800 500 5200. That's 800 500 5200. And sweetjames.com. Southern California weather for KFI tonight. Mostly clear, then low clouds and fog. Lows around 50 tomorrow. Sunny with highs in the 60s for Los Angeles and Orange County. Tomorrow night, there is a 20% chance of light rain. And on Monday, it's partly sunny with a lingering chance of light showers. Tuesday and Wednesday, though, expect to see sunny skies all over again. We leave local. Fly from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. I'm Jason Middleton.
appointment department of public health.
You probably already know Rosetta Stone is one of the best ways to learn a language. But did you also know that they offer a lifetime subscription to all 25 of their languages? Dabble in French, try your hand at German, learn a bit of Japanese, or even explore Swedish. And right now, you can get 40% off Rosetta Stone's lifetime unlimited subscription. Visit RosettaStone.com today to purchase one and learn for life. Rosetta Stone. A language is learning. No time. Join us at the Fire Hall Show, March 29th to April 2nd at the Long Beach Convention Center, presented by Progressive, and celebrate 75 years of Hall Show excellence. The leader in outdoor recreation since 1946. Go to hallshows.com. Hallshows.com. No one has the same taste as you. From the music you love to the podcast you can't live without. And only the iHeartRadio app has it all for free. Download the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. This is Jacob Amon. You've been involved in a motorcycle accident on April 4, 2024. Hours from 6 a.m. through 7 p.m. Look at the keyword, the Android at KFIAM640.com/dash. No texting, just winning. Powered by Whitney's Accident Attorney. Here's a good accident. Winning is everything. Call the winning attorney with Quick James. 800-500-5200 back. 800-500-5200 or QuickJames.com. Listen to win $1,000 weekdays from 6 a.m. through 7 p.m. Claim your inflation compensation on KFIAM640 or stimulating draw.
It was like we were sitting in front of each other.
KFIAM640 by SEM on the iHeartRadio app and Remix, including Miguel, Temecula, and Paris. This is Sold Out Saturday. I hope you all start with some fun things to do now through April 5th. And maybe even beyond. But look, if you're looking to get your early Easter on, there is an egg hunt at Studio City Recreation Center. The event includes moon bounces, carnival games, and face painting. That is from 3:30 to 6:30 p.m. on April 5th. They have timed egg hunts by ages 2 and younger is at 4 p.m. 3 to 4 years of age is 4:30 p.m. Ages 5 to 6 is 5 p.m. 7 to 8 is 5:30 p.m. and ages 9 to 12 is at 6 p.m. Children should bring a basket. The location is at 12621 Rye Street, and that is in Studio City. You can register to attend this event on Eventbrite. There is a spring egg hunt at Richie Valens Recreation Center. The event includes arts and crafts, egg dyeing, egg hunt games with 6 teams. That is at 4 p.m. on April 6th. Which children should also bring a basket. 10736 Laurel Canyon Boulevard in Fremont. And then there's the spring glow-in-the-dark egg hunt at Fillmore Recreation Center. This event includes activities and goodie bags from 5 to 9 p.m. This is April 7th. Timed egg hunts are again by age, 3 and younger, 7:30 p.m., 4 to 6, 7:45 p.m., 7 to 9, 8 p.m., 2 to 12, 8:15 p.m. Children should, again, bring a basket. This is at 13109 Boyden Avenue in Fillmore. Some ongoing events. Springtopia, 7 interactive lands of amusement park style experiences, including circus, funland, holiday, light show, pirate, puppy, and spooky. This takes place 4 to 10 p.m. Wednesday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Saturday and Sunday. Dates are now through April 16th with admission at $35. This is at 6100 Topanga Canyon Boulevard in Woodland Hills. You can find them at SpringtopiaFest.com. And World of Barbie, another event. World of Barbie, visit Barbie's Dream House and Camper Van and do exhibits of dolls and accessories for more than 6 decades. Hours vary by date. This is happening April through June. Tickets are by time admission. And to find out more about the World of Barbie, check them out at worldofbarbie.com. If you're into art, the Artist Gallery is featuring Eric Renard, Urbanity in Black and White.
Fine Art Photography is open April 5th with an opening reception 5 to 8 p.m. April 15th, the gallery hours are 1 to 7 p.m. Wednesday through Sunday, the exhibit runs through April 29th. This is at 5458 Worcester Boulevard. You can find out more about galleries.net. And Women's Future West Portrait is jury exhibition. Gallery hours 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. The exhibit runs through May 7th at the California Heritage Museum, 2612 Main Street in Sacramento. Women's Thinkers West.org. If you want the book, in my hometown, Roman Bookstore is hosting Jacqueline Winspear, who is discussing The White Lady. That is 7 p.m. on March 30th. But this is what's happening in the I'm still getting short, even though that one happened. I just thought that one was good.
Well, there's no, you could do Jack Bravo. The New Earth, that's Kevin Jackson third.
And you can also do Italy Test, discussing some desperate glory. That's on April 6th. Look, check out Roman at Romans.com, a fine bookstore.
Just trust the
You are into the African American firefighting museum. I did not know that this was a thing, but it is a thing. The African American Firefighting Museum features artifacts, fire apparatus, pictures, and stories about African American Los Angeles firefighters. Hours of this museum are 1 to 4 p.m. on Sunday. That's fine. They're asking for donations. On this admission, 1401 South Central Avenue in Los Angeles. Find out more at oassmuseum.org. Very interesting. Or you can head to the Getty. There is an ongoing special exhibit, Nubia, Jewels of Ancient Sudan, that is happening now through April 3rd. So, tomorrow or Monday. 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Free admission, but it is a time entry. Reservations are required. Find out more at getty.edu/visit/villa. And there is the Italian American Museum of Los Angeles. They have an ongoing special exhibit, a real book, the many lives of Timothy. Yes, so it's happening now. All the way through October. You got some time.
So that's actually really cool because I get a bunch of different stories out there.
Lots of stories. Lots of them. In music, there is Candlelight, 100 Years of Warner Brothers. This is very interesting to me because this is an orchid string quartet performing music for Warner Brothers films. It is happening on April 6th from 6:30. No, there's a show at 6:30 and a show at 9 p.m. This is pretty pricey. But you can check out candlelightexperience.com for more if you want to hear this string quartet performing music from some of your favorite Warner Brothers films. And in the world of theater, there is Some Love Letters. Two-person play by A.R. Dirk, which opens at 8 p.m. This is happening now. It's on the last the show is running through the second. So, yeah, check us out if you want to go and do Love Letters. Maybe it'll have something for you and your love. I don't know. We'll have all of this on our website. I hope it's yes. We'll have it on our website. So I know you probably were not able to take down all those emails or websites for all these wonderful events. A thing to do now through April 5th, which is KFI AM 640 by everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Now let's see what else is going on in the 24-hour KFI newsroom with Jason Middleton. Above wall security in NYC is beefing up ahead of former President Trump's expected indictment on Tuesday after flying into LaGuardia Monday night to spend the night at Trump Tower and he'll head to the courthouse in Manhattan Tuesday afternoon. Malcolm Butler hit a jump shot and time expired in San Diego State for 72-71 comeback victory over Florida Atlantic in the Final Four of the NCAA men's basketball tournament between the Aztecs and Monday night. The NCAA Women's Basketball National Championship matchup is all set for tomorrow in Dallas. LSU will take on Iowa for the title tomorrow. All right, we're going to check on traffic in our teacher right after this.
U.S. Bank ranks number one in customer satisfaction with retail banking in California by J.D. Power. In California has come to make the work better. We prepare to thank you, too.
The Californians everywhere, we've been proud to help brand budget and safe partners. Our gold tracking and budget mutual fund have no place to sign to work for you, and we can't thank you enough for that. And thank you to our real life humans who go above and beyond for our customers every day.
For J.D. Power 2023 award information, visit jdpower.com/award. Member FDIC.
Nearly 3,002 drivers die in car crashes each year. IRS Street Survival is concise and smart. For one day, hands-on driving school gives teams experience in car control through exercises that include emergency braking and safe recovery. Find a class near you at IRS.com/survive. And more. Southern California weather. Like today's sunshine is going to fight for space in the sky tomorrow, recklessly. Highs in the mid-60s for LA and Jersey. Overnight lows in the low 50s tonight. Tuesday and Wednesday predicted to be all sunshine. Weather is brought to you by Tire Rats. So we're checking with Mr. Weaver, who has an update for the 91-year Artesians. The Riverside Freeway westbound at Pioneer Boulevard right lanes blocked your stop traffic from Senator Avenue with the motorcycle crash. Two big problems right now, one in Ontario. Is the three left lanes blocked on the 10, San Bernardino Freeway westbound with Pelican stop traffic from the 15th. That's for a motorcycle crash. And through Fontana, a tanker is on fire off to the side here on the 10, San Bernardino Freeway eastbound side at Etiwanda. Stop traffic from Archibald seems to be closed there for an hour. JFI in the sky helps get to their faster. I'm Mark Wheeler. Always find what you love and love what you find at Total Wine and More. With so many bottles to choose from at the lowest price for over 30 years, it's easy to find your favorite Cabernet or a new single barrel bourbon to try. Total Wine and More. Here's now sold in Virginia and North Carolina. Drink responsibly. This Chief Marketing Chief Australia will be Chief Marketing Officer, Direct to Consumer for Warner Brothers Discovery. When you manage the difficult task of building and retaining consumer trust. Trust is a really hard thing to build and a really easy thing to destroy, and we have to be very respectful about that. Our point is that I am hard. The best thing for us to do is to build a relationship with our consumers. And if those consumers have a relationship with the DJs that are on air, then we want to build on that. House of the Dragon, which was one of our most successful, if not the most successful campaign we've ever done for a show, audio is a core part of that. It's the #1 audio company. iHeartMedia gives marketers access to all. Every audience, live conversations, trusted influencers, and the insights and data you need to grow. Not just a media company. iHeartMedia is your access company. Go to iHeartResults.com for more. If you have an IPN, if you earned less than $30,000 last year, you may get money back when you file your taxes. Learn more at CalEITC4me.org. It's your money. Claim it. Come to Dr. Stadium when the talk is not. Visit starting Friday, April 14th through Wednesday, April 19th. Stars are keeping up strong and get in a ballpark to cheer on the boys in blue. For tickets, visit doctors.com/tickets.
I never chose to become a gambling addict. What I did choose was to get help from a professional counselor.
For no cost gambling addiction counseling, call 1-800-GAMBLER, California Department of
For adults with moderate to severe psoriasis, or candidates for systemic or phototherapy, Canada Skyriver is driven to the map rebound. A prescription out of 4 people achieve 90% clearance in 4 months. And Skyriver is just 4 days of the year after 2 surgeries. Don't use it allergic to Skyriver. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infection or lower ability to function may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection into fever, throat, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine. With Skyriver, you can achieve 90% clear skin. Ask your doctor about the #1 dermatologist prescribed biologics and psoriasis, and visit Skyriver.com or call 1-866-SKYRIVER to learn more.
Portions of the following program will be recorded. Sometimes life seems like it's so only you can see. But I assure you, I have a plan for you. The Spicy Show, tomorrow morning at 6 on KFI and recording.
More stimulating talk.
640 live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app and Tarzana, Vernon, Westminster, and San Jacinto. This is Soul Town Saturday. I'm your host, Wallace Duck, and no joke, E3's Gaming Expo has been canceled. They have not decided to do it this year. There is no 2023 E3. I'm hot about that for one reason and one reason. Because I feel motive. Motive is free time for good. I'm loaded because I was going to take my son last year to E3. So students again, biggest thing, all the world he wants to make his own. He's actually making his own, graphic design. He's doing these types of things. This kid is talented. And I didn't take him to E3 last year. And he was like, well, I can just go by myself. I was like, are you crazy? No. You can go, you're 16 or whatever. Okay, so I'm 16, about to be 17. And I was thinking to myself, this year, I would get tickets for him and his friends to go to E3. They could go and just geek out. And to find out it's not happening, man, this is a bummer, but yes, the Electronic Entertainment Expo, aka E3, is canceled its 2023 event. E3 was previously scheduled to take place June 13th through the 15th at the Los Angeles Convention Center in person for the first time since 2019. The game convention, once considered the most influential showcase in the industry, was canceled, of course, in 2020 and 2022 due to COVID-19 concerns. They had a virtual version of it in 2021. The Entertainment Software Association, TSA, and show organizers ROTHSCHILD announced the cancellation of the physical and digitally method of joint statement saying this was put to a difficult decision because all of the efforts we and our partners put toward making this event happen, but we had to do what's right for the industry and what's right for E3. That is according to Kyle Marsden Kish, ROTHSCHILD Global VP of Gaming. The cancellation comes after some of Gaming's biggest names, including Nintendo, PlayStation, and Ubisoft, that they would not be participating in E3 in any capacity. Microsoft announced it would not be a part of the show on the floor, but would co-stream its Xbox Game Showcase as part of E3 Digital. Now, of course, when this news first broke, nerds the city over were crying. I mean, if you want to talk about the saddest thing in the world to see is a nerd crying over not being able to go and geek out. It is pathetic. Fanny packs all on the ground. T-shirts that are normally tucked in, untucked. The rifle for getting off all doggy pockets. It's not a long, I mean, oh my God. This is a sad sight. Thankfully, they had Dungeons and Dragons to do this weekend. If news would have broken with the cancellation of E3, they would not have had something to nerd out on in theaters. Oh my God. Fortunately, D&D has done the damn thing. Theaters are packed, and the nerds are happy, especially our tabletop role-playing game streamers, those who are into marketing, that is live action role-playing. They were able to go ham in theaters for D&D. I thought I really, really liked it. I think the only thing bad about Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves is it is way too they copied the hell out of anything that Marvel does. I mean, they could have called this Guardian of the Dungeonry because it was so much like Guardian of the Galaxy. So that's not the end of this. What is going to happen now that E3 has been canceled? That is the question. Summer Game Fest 2023 is set to kick off in June, on June 8th This is the brainchild of game journalist Jeff Knighty. Jeff Knighty. Summer Game first initially began as a response to 2020's cancellation of both E3 and Gamescom events, running virtually over 4 months from May to August in its debut year. Announcements include this year's Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 remastered and a highly anticipated Crash Bandicoot 4. It's About Time are among the things that will be jumping off the Summer Game. I guess those are big things because that's what they're going to be. I'm like, sure, okay. They're going to be doing a showcase for Microsoft that is slated to follow on, or slated to take place on June 11th, and it will be looked at Starfield, sure, okay, and a bunch of other stuff, Assassin's Creed. I know they did a movie on that and Fallen Bone. Look, I'm not a gamer. I don't game. I used to go to the arcade and put, quarters into my brother's pocket. We could play like I watch it. But I know how serious this is. And I should look. I joke and I kid about my gaming nerd brethren, but I'm a hardcore comic book nerd. I think I might be slightly cooler than the average. You're not going to catch me with a fanny pack or my t-shirt tucked swirly. You're going to lose your arm and your leg.
I think you could pull off the fanny pack look very well.
Well, I might make the fanny pack that you are dead right about that. I might just look. But I think there's something perverse about a fanny pack. I don't know why. But dudes who walk around with fanny packs to the front, I think there's something wrong with you. I think that you're cool. I can't give you what I think you're doing with that fanny pack, but I don't trust it. I don't trust you and your fanny pack. But E3 being canceled, I'm sending love and support to all my geeky nerd brethren. And tomorrow it is going down. We've been talking about it all over KFI. Wiggle, waggle, walk, and run 2023. That is right, tomorrow at Brookside Park at the Rose Bowl. Join Jennifer Jones-Lee, I believe. Amy King's going to be down there. Mo Kelly's going to be down there. Everyone who has a dog that works at KFI is going to be down there. You said, kid, you left kid going to be there. I'm like, that's Dog Queen. Dog Queen is in the building if you want to go and hang with some of your favorite KFI personalities and people that make it happen. We will be at Brookside Park at the Rose Bowl. Wiggle, waggle, walk and run is one of Pasadena's biggest fundraisers of the year, with proceeds helping to save the lives of thousands of animals in our community with programs such as foster care, kitten nursery, animal ICU, wildlife, and more. In addition to the walk and run course, you and your pup can stroll through the vendor expo, enjoy tasty food truck treats, and participate in some awesome doggy costume contests. Online registration is closed, but day of registration is available for $65 beginning at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning at Brookside Park. Remember, your support saves lives. Your support saves the lives of all of these doggies, because one thing, and this is something we talked about at the beginning of the pandemic, we didn't talk about this in particular, but one thing that came out of the pandemic is a lot of people buying dogs. And one thing that we saw with people going back to work and trying to get back out in life is the abandonment of these dogs. Some of the most cruel and heartless human beings, I hate calling them that, decided, I don't want this dog anymore. I don't want to take care of this life anymore, and decided to put them to the street or take them to the shelter. And events like Wiggle, Waggle, Walk are there to support these beautiful, kind, loving pugs. So please, if you get the opportunity to do so, be out there. Be out there, show some love and support. This is KFI AM 640 live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. I thank you for tuning in to SoCal Saturday, because you could have been doing anything in the world, but you chose to spend this time with us. Do well. Whatever happens, we have got it covered.
KFI.
And the KOST HD2.
Los Angeles and China.
Live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Cascade, Closure, I'm Jason Middleton, live from the KFI 24-hour news with all southbound lanes of of the 5 near Penn State will be closed tonight and tomorrow night as crews work to limit damage from a landslide caused by all these recent storms. The closure is between Vista Del Lago Road and Franklin Highway. The landslide has reduced the 4-lane freeway in that area to just 2 lanes.
Anti-Armenian hate and racism is alive and well.
Members of the largest Armenian community in the United States say they're being targeted by racist flyers found outside a Christian Orthodox church in Glendale. City clerk Susan Abijian says her community continues to be targeted, harassed, and traumatized.
I do not feel safe walking on the streets of our city with the knowledge that some people would like to see Armenians erased from the face of the planet.
The flyer posted yesterday read, "Never again" does not apply to William. Israel fully supports our Azeri Church brothers to complete Armenian genocide. Glendale police say flyers were found in other parts of Southern California, and the department is investigating. Around 1.5 million Armenians were killed at the hands of the Ottoman Empire, which is now known as Turkey. Turkey and Azerbaijan deny the genocide. The Wall Street Journal reporter from the U.S. has been arrested in Russia accused of spying. Even Gershkovich's friends say he is being held hostage.
I don't know if he's part of a bogus. Everyone was not a spy. Everyone was a journalist.
President Biden is working on Gershkovich's immediate release as he awaits trial. ABC's Rama Hassan says the journalist was arrested Thursday and is accused of collecting information on an enterprise of the military-industrial complex.
Now, his case is top secret, which is why his trial will also most likely be held in secret.
His arrest comes 4 months after the release of WNBA star Brittany Griner. Gershkovich is the first American reporter to be arrested on espionage charges in Russia since 1986. All right, let's take the road with Mark Wheeler. There's a tangle on the 10-year Ontario. December Medina Freeway, the left side is Newark and Freelock lanes are blocked here. Motorcycle crash stops traffic from Etiwanda just away from that Coupon 10. We got lanes shut down for the stretch of the 10. Eastbound at Etiwanda to Cherry Avenue, stop traffic from Archibald. And another big problem, 2 Baldwin Park. The 10 eastbound at Baldwin Park Boulevard. Off ramp here, we got a crash, stop and go from Fraser Street. Hey, I'll find the guy helps get you there faster. I'm Mark Wheeler. So the white 3-piece suit that John Travolta wore to disco in Saturday Night Fever is heading to auction. Julian's Auction is selling many pieces from cinema history in Beverly Hills and online on April 22nd and 23rd. Each suit is the centerpiece of the auction, and while white witnessing, and the starting price tag is between $100,000 and $200,000. Other props were auctioned. They include Iron Man's helmet, Harrison Ford's machete from Indiana Jones, and a Temple of Doom, and Marty McFly's hoverboard from 1989, Back to the Future 2. That's really a legacy piece they could pull tonight. Anyway, Southern California weather today. Okay, I hope you got some of that sunshine today. It's moving to free foods, and sun should be around for the next few days. Tonight, though, mostly clear, and then clouds and fog towards the dawn. Lows around 50. Tomorrow, sunny with highs in the mid-60s for LA. Tomorrow night, there's a 20% chance of light rain. And on Monday, it's partly sunny with a lingering chance of those showers. Tuesday and Wednesday, though, technically all sun all the time. Or Belinda right now, 65. Anaheim, 66. Hollywood, 64. Florence, you're at 60. We lead local. Live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom, I'm Jason Middle.
And companies have negative tests as soon as you feel symptoms. Visit UPVA.org or call 833-422-4255 to ask for medication to treat COVID-19. Sponsored by the California Department of Public Health.
Download the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. KFI, AM the Short, the straight in, what it means, by a message. KFI, AM 640, heard everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
any given day in Southern California, hundreds of investigators are working more than 10,000 unsolved cases. That's thousands of friends and families who have lost loved ones, thousands of people who got away with a crime, and thousands of murderers who still walk the streets. Killers who may be your neighbor, go to your church, or could be dating a close friend. For the next 2 hours, we'll highlight cases that have gone cold, baffled investigators, or just need that one witness to be shot. This is Unsolved with Gregory. Los Angeles Police Department case in VR number 295771. The murder of Elizabeth Short, otherwise known as the Black Dahlia. In this episode of Unsolved, we welcome Steve Hodel, retired LAPD detective and author of 8 books on this case. Not only is he one of the best-known authorities on the subject, he's also got a personal connection. I want to caution you, there is some very graphic content in this episode. Steve, thanks so much for joining us tonight. We really appreciate it. So, I want you, if you could, start at the beginning. This is one of those cases where I've always known about it. It's been in the back of my head, but I don't really know a lot of the nuances. And I know there's been movie versions and books and this and that and the other, and you've authored at least these books. And so, I mean, I'm just trying to figure out kind of what we're looking at here. When did this case come about? And go back to that day in Lamert Park.
All right, so it's a cold January 15th, 1947, cold morning. A young woman, Cindy Berklinger, is walking his daughter in a stroller to market. And she looks over at a vacant lot. It's in the 3800 block of South Boston, which is about 4 or 5 miles south of Hollywood. And she looks over and she sees first what she thought was a mannequin. And then she looks again and says, no, it could be actually a body. So she says to herself, oh my goodness, that's going to terrify the kids going to school. So she goes to her goes south on a block, or not, nobody home. She goes a little bit further south and actually is admitted. She uses the phone, calls the police, says, I think there's a body in the vacant lot. The ADD patrol is fine, and sure enough, they find this horrific crime scene. They look over, and the patrol officers initially get there, and it's a female, apparently a young female, Jane Doe, no identification, no clothing, nothing, a nude body, cut in half, and carefully posed on this vacant lot just off the sidewalk. All sorts of trauma to the body, and of course the patrol guys be there saying it's called homicide. The homicide detective gets there and they're horrified and can't see anything quite like it. Trauma to the body, all sorts of cutting, and from there it goes on to become probably the most intimate crime in Los Angeles history.
So let's talk about, you say the body was posed. I mean, was there any significance to the pose that was done? How was it posed?
Yes. So basically, it was about 12 inches from the sidewalk. And this was Lamert Park area was a newly developed area. It was just lots of space, very few homes, and the body was placed, the upper torso, the hands were placed above the shoulders in a surrender position, and the lower torso was posed just to the right, maybe 5 inches. Not throwing up down to carefully posed, but ultimately in my investigation, that'll have some serious meaning. But basically, and then as you the horrific cuttings, cuttings to the thigh, pieces of flesh were cut from the body and inserted in the private. Took it all this to come out in the coroner's examination report. And the face was cut ear to ear.
just a large smile. The lips were extended almost to the ears on both sides. And the body had been washed clean, carefully washed clean. There was no blood. Clearly, it was not committed there. They knew immediately that had to have been done elsewhere. And brought there and posed. There were large cement sacks and bandages seared into a sack laying next to the body, which they determined were actually used to transport the body from wherever she was placed, probably a private residence, to the crime scene, and then they would just pulled off. He probably put the body on top of the large 50-pound sack to transport, so it would put blood in the body.
Okay, I just want to remind people that we are speaking to Chief O'Dowd, an author, also retired LAPD detective, about the gruesome murder of Elizabeth Short. This would mark the 75th anniversary of this crime in Los Angeles, and one of the longest unsolved cases to date, or is it? We'll talk more about that a little bit later. So, I want to go ahead and let you finish the thought, and then after that, I want to get into a little bit about who Elizabeth was. Go ahead and finish about that day of the discovery.
So initially they got all they got was a daily goal. They took the fingerprint and they basically run them through the system. Back then, of course, they had to do a mailing of them to the FBI. And actually, one of the local newspapers examined the running through their machine that was a fax machine where they could actually take photographs of the prints and send them to the telephone on an early time.
We're speaking with Steve O'Dowd, a woman brutally murdered back in 1947, 75 years ago this week. So, Steve, you were telling us a little bit about the scene that day, and you know, it's kind of interesting. You're talking about the big bags there on that in that vacant lot, and kind of your theory as to how she was delivered.
Basically, this was LAPD came out and said that actually the body had been transported from some unknown probably residence where the crime occurred on these large 50-pound paper sacks, a manure sack and some milk sacks. And there was a little bit of blood, watery blood on the sack, so they knew that whoever brought it to find could use these sacks and just left them there, pulled them away and closed the body and left them there. He was a great go. So the first step is how we get her identified. She appears to be 15 to 20 years of age initially, and so basically what they did was they took her fingerprints and they examined her. One of the many newspapers in the Los Angeles offices faxed them back in those days. They had a machine that they could actually use the telephone and take a photograph and send the fingerprints back to FBI. So they did that, and this week he was James Law #1, and within literally within 4 or 5 hours, we got hit. And it came back, her name was Elizabeth Short. She was 23 years of age. She was from Medford, Massachusetts, and had worked a fingerprint. She had been arrested for minor possession of alcohol back in 1943. And so they have a name and identification, and from there they really began their investigation, starting with contacting her parents, her mother, actually in Medford, and moving forward from there.
Speaking with Steve O'Dowd, retired LAPD detective, about the case of Elizabeth Short, otherwise known as the Black Dahlia. Commemorating the 76th anniversary of the gruesome discovery on March the 1st. This is Unsolved with Steve Gregory on KFI 8640. Time now, Bernie Budget. At Washington State 24-hour newsroom, I'm Dick Middleton. One person is dead after a tornado tore through Delaware. The tornado downed the trees and telephone lines, and when a house collapsed, the person inside was killed. Regarding the indictment of former President Trump, former Attorney General Bill Barr says they are going after the man, not crime.
President Biden is going to skip King Charles' coronation. Biden told the royal family, like Martin Pope, the inventor of Nevada's music here, and I love Nevada. I've told you about how you know that the body is careful. That Nevada's powered something will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Nevada will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Nevada? Well, it's sure, quote, my doctor wanted me to be staying in just for my allergies, but I've never been able to successfully use a neti pot. Nevada uses suction power, so it's easy. Their neti went off of 6.5 allergies. I busted out, and the results are immediate. That's really, it's become a lifesaver, unquote. He's one of over 100,000 online reviews praising Nevada. The all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, smaller, and stay healthier without drugs. Nevada is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Nevada, N-A-V-A-T-E, clean health, healthy life. Southern California weather from AFI tomorrow. I go mid-60s for LA and OC. First, over the low 50s. Rain showers on Monday, only 20%. Weather is brought to you by the Clark Hall Show at the Long Beach Convention Center. Let's check in with Mark Wheeler and head back to that crash near Ontario. It should be heavy still. It's the 10 temperature heater freeway left side of Milliken. 3 left lanes blocked. Stop traffic from the 15. Now, good news though, from Fontana on the 10. We started carry earlier. Tanker truck fire is clearing out now. There's still a stop drive from Peters. Now, Baldwin Park on the 10, we set Baldwin Park Boulevard. Earlier problem clearing out into Monterey Park, 710. Long Beach Freeway northbound at the 10. And right off the right, stop and go from Ramona. Hey, if I was Sky Help get you there faster, I'm Mark Wheeler. It's showtime. Join us at the Clark Hall Show, March 29th to April 2nd at the Long Beach Convention Center, presented by Progressive, and celebrate 75 years of Hall Show excellence. The leader in outdoor recreation since 1946. Go to hallshows.com. Hallshows.com. This report is sponsored by Compassion International. We've all felt the impact of rising food prices. The families in poverty, they're facing malnutrition and even heart health. You can feed a family for a month with your $50 donation to Compassion International. Just text the word radio to 97646. I never chose to become a gambling addict, but what I did choose was to get help from a professional counselor.
For no cost gambling addiction counseling, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text support to 53342. Brought to you by the California Department of Public Health. Hurry to Jackson Road for 50% off tax prep. It's too late before April 9th. Limited time offer for new clients finding a participating location. Max savings $200. Visit jacksonhills.com/50%.
On the podcast, Inner Cosmos with David Eagleman, the Stanford neuroscientist explores how brain science intersects with our lives, passions, and behaviors. This deep dive into the unexpected facets of our brain science will help you see the world differently. I'm going to explore the relationship between our brain and our experiences by tackling unusual questions. Listen to Inner Cosmos with David Eagleman on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Pray.com's Meditative Prayers Podcast is the best way to bring God's perfect peace into your life. These meditative prayers help you focus on God, fighting battles, sleep better, and better.
Close your eyes. Ask God to come down.
Listen to Meditative Prayers on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hi there, I'm Joel Larshard. Join me this Sunday for How to Money. We'll talk all things personal finance and help you learn how to save, invest, and enjoy more of what matters. How to Money with Joel Larshard. Tomorrow at noon on KFI and on demand anytime on the iHeartRadio app.
And Ash was something great. He said it's two great things. He said, when I heard about CE5, I went out and did CE5 to find out for myself. And he said that, right.
KFI AM 640 heard everywhere live on the iHeartRadio app. I'm Steve Gregory, and this is Unsolved. If you have a story, idea, or tip on one of the cases highlighted on the program, simply dial pound 250 on your cell phone and say the keyword Unsolved. Or email the team Unsolved at iHeartMedia.com. That's Unsolved at iHeartMedia.com. Welcome back. We're talking with Steve Odell, retired LAPD homicide detective about the case of Elizabeth Short, also known as the Black Dahlia. Her body was found was a gruesome discovery in Lamert Park, January 15, 1947. So, who was Elizabeth Short? Well, Elizabeth Short was a 22-year-old woman from Upper Massachusetts, and she dropped out of high school, and it was basically, this is towards the wartime, and she was looking to fall in love with Lieutenant Lawrence, got married, and eventually interacted, really what she was all about. She came out, actually her father had abandoned the family. She had 4 sisters, and the mother raised 5 girls, and the father left in the 30s from the depression. And it was kind of a strange situation where they found this car on the bridge. And almost as if maybe he committed suicide or something, and heard from again. But then in the early 40s, in 42, he writes and contacts them and says, I'm in Northern California, and Elizabeth decides she wants to go see her father. So she goes out to California, hooks up with his dad for a very short time. They don't get it off at all. He's looking for a maid housekeeper, and she's looking to fall in love and do happily ever after. So that's short lived. She quits from there, and she gets a job in the military camp cook, just north of Santa Barbara. And she works there for a while at the post experience, and she actually wins a beauty contest there as a camp student. Very attractive woman, very black hair, pretty blue eyes, very attractive, new lover, and she starts hanging out and dating boys and USOs and that sort of thing during the war, and really looking to find a man and get married. Kind of a lost soul. She bounces around Los Angeles. She goes to Florida for a little bit, and meets a military guy there, and he winds up in a aircraft and dying, just at the end of the war. So she comes back to California, and it's kind of lost and wandering around. You don't have a lot of history on her, other than it's not there to find any other job. She would stay with people that she would meet and stuff. But there's a lot of myths that program to writers took the story and ran with it, and basically turned her into a prostitute and hooking in back alleys and a big drug and alcohol and a loser. I mean, she was none of those things. She was basically a 22-year-old young woman just looking to fall in love. We're talking with Steve Odell, retired LAPD homicide, about the death of Elizabeth Short, also known as the Black Dahlia. So, Steve, how did those narratives get created? I mean, listen, I didn't really get this, and I know a simple misuse of a word or cleverly placed word can completely change a narrative or someone's description or anything like that. So what do you think the motive was for maligning her like that? Well, I think it was basically these hack writers that expect to add on and make it more. For example, let's just take, so you say an attractive young woman coming out from Los Angeles, you've got a horrific crime, and and they just say she wasn't so that she was surgically bypassed. It was a surgical operation. It's actually known as a hemicorporectomy, which is the only way to divide the body without cracks and bones. You have to go through the second and third lumbar vertebrae. And this was actually what was performed, a surgical operation. And then the name, of course, came along. The Black Dahlia just quickly added to the story. And actually, that was the name that was, it was actually, they called it that. She used to go on the phone and Long Beach. And there was a lot of military guys. And there was a film that came out from the Blue Jackets, and they are from and this kind of traded that name, Black Valley, was a spin-off on the Blue Valley. And so you got this name, Black Valley, very mysterious, and ultimate horrific crime, a beautiful young woman. So they just added on to that, you know, the writers would check on that, and then a couple films came out, and just that spin-off on it. And it all just kept going, and it, you know, there were a whole lot of myths about. Once I got into the league, I really started looking at it. You know, my biggest problem was to separate fact from fiction, and get rid of a lot of myths, which I was unable to do. So let's go back. If you're going to go back to the crime scene, because there was a lot of, you know, now that you've established where the crime scene was, who it is, a little bit of background on Elizabeth. When we come back, I would like to talk to you a little bit about the graphic nature of this and the way they were, the way that Elizabeth's body was posed. There's a lot of stuff about this, and I just want to find out a little bit about its significance. So, and also about how LAPD operated back then, sort of what was their approach to homicide in the 40s like that, because I cover them so frequently now, but I can't even imagine back then how things would be without technology and stuff like that. So I'd like to talk to you a little bit about that, okay? Okay, we're talking with Steve Odell, retired LAPD detective. He's also an author of numerous books about this very case, Elizabeth Short and the Black Dahlia. But first, this is Unsolved with Steve Gregory on KFI AM 640. I'm Matt Bringers. Live in the KFI 24-hour newsroom, I'm Jason Middleton. The search is on for a shooter who killed a man and hurt another by knocking on the back door of a home in Van Nuys. LAPD responded at 2 a.m. west of Laurel Canyon Boulevard. Witnesses say a man knocked on the door. When the first person opened the door, the shooter shot both men and ran away. I should say both people and the shooter had known each other, but the shooting was not gang related. A woman who was caught on camera carjacking, violently throwing people, and hitting cars in a parking lot in Boyer Hills was then arrested. LA County Sheriff's Department deputies were called to the scene yesterday near a route after learning that a woman stole a person's car. Witnesses say that the woman went up to the driver to ask for a ride, then threw the driver to the ground before jumping into the car and driving off. Video shows the woman driving recklessly through the parking lot. At least 5 cars were damaged. The woman got out of the car and tried to run off, and people held her down so officers could arrive. Twitter Blue is today, so people have to pay to verify. They also have to call on, you know, if they do. The problem is that anyone can get a blue check mark. It will now simply say that the verification of the account is paid and not a verification of the user itself. Let's find out again. ABC's Ike Johnson says that official organizations and some government officials will continue to be verified with a grade check mark. But the White House has already said it would not pay for it. Users have already impersonated Harry Potter, author J.K. Rowling, Elon Musk, who owns Twitter, and other celebrities, while many verified users said they would leave Twitter once their blue check mark went away to avoid tracking. I have more on this on my page tomorrow on Macro, on Twitter, 2 o'clock here on KFI. Now let's hit the road. You're expecting the 101. So the Hollywood stretch of the Hollywood Freeway, the 101, the southbound side from Sunset to Glendale Boulevard, that's going to be a stop and go route. Very, very heavy with Sanctuary Street. Got a crash through Diamond Bar on the 57. This is going to be at the 60 northbound split at Grand Avenue, basically. The heavy drive as you approach, give yourself a little room. There are a couple of problems on the 10, Western Ontario, West Farm Canada, cleared out. We do have delays to Diamond Bar on the 60 westbound side. The second side is Grand. You find some slowing as you approach. Okay, find the Skyhouse Kitchen that's out there. I'm Mark Wheeler.
When it comes down to AI, because
Why don't someone just tell me what it costs to unclog my drain over the phone? Is it that complicated?
that's pretty easy to do.
No, it's not. It makes no sense at all. They found it.
It's just
Yeah,
like how
you guys are Irma. Who are you?
Mike Diamond, smell the plumber.
Will you tell me how much sense got my brain?
But you haven't seen it. Don't need to. Doesn't matter if it's a kitchen sink or a mainline sewer system. The smell the plumbers with Mike Diamond will unplug almost any drain for $99.
Almost.
Yeah, there are a few exceptions, but you can read all about them on our website before you call. Just go to thesmellgoodplumber.com.
Wow, you're like up front and everything. I just told a guy named Bubba who wouldn't tell me anything.
No brothers here, man. Just professional plumbers who show up on time, smell good, and unclogged drains for $99. Call us. 1-800-443. Southern California weather from KFI tonight, mostly clear, and then low clouds and fog for sunrise. Lows around 50. Tomorrow is kind of a high in the mid-60s for LA. OC. Tomorrow night there's a 20% chance of light rain, and on Monday it's partly sunny, a lingering chance of light showers. Tuesday and Wednesday, we meet local, watching the KFI 24-hour newsroom. Warriors, for Dolphins, how about the Dodgers Stadium on April 3rd when the Dodgers take on the Rockies? To be one of the first 40,000 fans in attendance to receive a Julio Urias novel presented by Bank of America. For tickets, visit Dodgers.com/promotion. The Never Walk Kids is a brand new fiction podcast that narrates supernatural horror storytelling with an immersive psychological thriller. Who is the one covered with chilling stories and secrets as old as the king himself. Without monsters, there are no precautions, no prosecutions, no defenses. Listen to the Matterhorn Kids at 10 a.m. CAWAUK on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcast. Using air conditioning on a hot summer day can be a sweaty old nightmare. No one wants that, Zach. But your air conditioner lasts longer and reduce breakdowns with a reducing illumination.
We'll make 6 critical adjustments so you'll stay cool, use less energy, and increase the life of your system.
We'll clean the outdoor coils the right way, not the easy way.
Thank you. Excellent. So I just caught the tail end of what someone was saying about UFO Twitter essentially being closed off to AI discussions in ChatGPT, and I would just like to give evidence to that. Reddit. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I have found it in other places as well. That if you mention ChatGPT along with UFO of any sort, it gets taken down. So whether it's Reddit, I've gotten it on UFO Twitter, where I provided a list of 100 documentaries on the UFO subject, which shouldn't be at all controversial, and it gets taken down. And I feel that we're hurting ourselves as a community and really trying to get the word out. These are really advantageous tools that we can use. Thank you. I appreciate that. And that's all I wanted to say.
KFI AM 640 heard everywhere live on the iHeartRadio app. This is Unsolved. I'm Steve Gregory. Hoedown in the retired LAPD homicide. We're talking about the Black Dahlia case of Elizabeth Short, the young woman found mutilated and literally severed in half in an area near Lamert Park back in 1947. And as Steve described it early on, it was a cold January morning. And speaking of that scene, Steve, there was a lot to be made about this. I mean, it was an incredibly graphic scene, was it not? It was. It's one of the reasons why it's one of the most infamous crimes in LAPD history. And basically, aside from what I described earlier, there were cuttings to the private parts. There were cuttings, crisscross pattern cuttings to the right by a section of the left. Actually, the right breast was completely excised and removed. Part of it. And homicide is actually very different from the technology from today, of course. Sadly, there are photographs showing the recorders of the huge collection of recorders there taking films. They actually arrived before quickly, and they walked through the thing, of course, there was no real protection. So a lot of the area was trampled through and over, and very far from what we expect to see today when you broke it off physically away. So there was a lot of contamination, and they had no personal DNA back then or anything near that. And so it was basically take the photograph and put the body in the coroner's van and take it to the coroner's office for examination. There was no real serious crime scene. They did have some of the accounting police do a walk through the vacant lot looking for potential evidence. Nothing was really found of any value. But it was a far cry from what we would consider a crime scene today. You know, what I'm curious about, you just said that you were there before the police were there. How do you have any idea back then how the media was tipped off on things like this? How on earth did they know about what police? Well, they had radios in the car, and they were sitting with these frequencies, and they would hear, if it's a woman down in the vacant lot, very nice and north. Even back then, we were listening in. We were. I do want to tell people that, I have read my death certificate too. It has been posted online. It's actual, the death certificate from Valley, California. Her actual cause of death is a cerebral hemorrhage. That's the way it's listed in the death certificate. But as you read the detail in some of the trainings that have been out about the condition of her body, this, and you as a detective, this was an incredibly targeted crime. And what about the sort of nature of this crime did it say to you? How did it speak to you? When you first started digging into this, you saw pictures, you read about the detail, who's the first person that pops in your mind? I mean, what's the type of person that pops in your mind? So immediately, of course, to my mind, it was a revenge killer. This wasn't just some random. Also, of course, she was sexually assaulted. She was sodomized, fatally raped. They estimated that the torture, she was tied also, there was literature marks to her feet and hands and neck. So she was tied down, and the experts estimated about probably a 4 to 5 hour prison torture. So this was somebody that had it really in for her. This wasn't just a one-off, off the street type of thing. This was basically, to my mind, revenge or came to mind immediately. Of course, I would see Odell about the death of Elizabeth Short, also known as Rabbi, and he has written numerous books about this case and animated his life's work after retiring from the LAPD. When you look at this, it was so notorious. No one had even seen anything like this in the 40s. In the late 40s, a crime like this, you say revenge killing. Was this a revenge against her or revenge against ethnicity or revenge against women? What was it a revenge against? Well, I think that was personally my initial response was it was personal. There was some connection to her. Something had some connection, ex-boyfriend, something like that. But also, of course, you have the fact is the charges. I mean, a patient of women in general too. You go see this kind of thing that's torture very often, very rare. And the posing, he was whoever did this was making kind of a statement with her. And so, and also, to my mind, basically, this was not an individual, this was not a first-time killing for him. Immediately, I saw the potential of a serial killer. I wasn't aware at the time of any identity to this one. But it was a very advanced and this was more accurate. And then it was like, what? And what on earth is against you? Take such a deep interest in it. And what was the sort of pivotal moment for you that I need to dedicate the rest of my life to this? Well, I was into what came to me. I didn't go to jail. I had my 24 years on my life degree, 17 homicide, and I have a 300 murder investigation. I have one of the highest clearance rates and the Department of Body Department. My crimes were solved. I was lost in college. I was retired for 16 years. And then certain things came unfolded in my life. Surgery into this. When I went to the academy in 1963, I saw photographs of this crime because it was a famous unsolved. That's the only contact. I didn't even know who the name of the book. There's nothing, I remember there was the first unsolved. That was the first and last time I had anything to do with this crime. And then eventually, certain things in my life would unfold that would explain into my investigation. Let's talk about some of those when we come back. This is Unsolved with Steve Gregory on KFI AM 640. Hi, where are you live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom on Jason Middleton. A tornado in Delaware has collapsed the house, killing at least one person. Storms are marching across several northeastern states right now. Security is ramping up in New York ahead of former President Trump's expected indictment on Tuesday. He'll fly in Monday night, speak at Trump Tower, and then head to the DA's office at 11:15 a.m. Tuesday Pacific time. No mega millions winner last night, so Tuesday's jackpot is $385 million. Okay, we're going to check slowly on the spot right after this. Do you know what the three biggest problems are that people have with wealth farmers? Think about it for a minute. The farmer wants to lift this up. They don't come in and say they will. They come to one after the job and what they quoted to a crime. And they don't fix the problem right the first time. And they come with that kind of aggravation. The satisfaction, performance is different. We'll see their income right when we say we'll do it. We'll give you a firm price in writing before we start. And all of our final services are backed by anti-money problems. It's simple. If you're not happy, you don't pay. For us, it's all about respect. For you, our customers. I'll service champions right now for all of your fine needs. Our number is 833-777-7777. Or find us online at fairchampions.com. Discover credit cards do something pretty awesome at the end of your first year. They automatically double all the cash back you've earned. That's right, everything you've earned doubles. The cash back from trips, restaurants, all doubles. Seriously though, compare them to check it out for yourself at discover.com/net.
It's important. Sponsored by Think It Out.
Southern California weather from KFI. Overnight lows in the low 50s. Foggy by dawn tomorrow. Highs in the mid-60s for LA and OC. Light chance of showers on Monday. Weather is brought to you by Discover. All right, let's check in with Mark and explain this on the 5 years transformation. This has been going on for a while here. It's pretty typical. Stock 5, El Camino out another 78. Stop and go. That's about a 20-minute wait there. It's very, very heavy. And through Hollywood, starting to go on to 101, southbound Sunset Boulevard to Glendale. And that's the Sunset Boulevard. Through the downtown stretch, 10 westbound of Alameda to Central. For miles to see that it's pretty heavy. And also, we get trouble to Diamond Drive to 60 west of Grand. Two right lanes to block there. KFI in the sky helps get you there faster. I'm Mark Dino.
Think It Up is an initiative to activate student-powered teacher-led learning projects. Students and teachers, helping you spark great learning experiences in the classrooms today. Students at thinkitup.org.
It's showtime. Join us at the Fire Hall Show on 29th to April 2nd at the Long Beach Convention Center presented by Progressive and celebrate 75 years of Hall Show excellence. The leader in outdoor recreation since 1946. Go to hallshows.com. Hallshows.com. Never Walk Away is a brand new Christian podcast that narrates supernatural horror storytelling with an immersive psychological thriller to the work of its skills, drawing, and secrets that only the stage themselves. Listen to the Manawak Caves. That's Manawak Caves on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
I've tried out a lot of language learning apps lately, and Rosetta Stone is hands down my favorite. I love that it teaches you phrases and singers in real-life conversations. And it has the best speech recognition tool. It tells you how accurate your pronunciation is, so you can really know your accent in almost any language you want, like Spanish, Italian, Chinese, and Korean, or get access to all 25 languages for life with Rosetta Stone's lifetime unlimited subscription. Check it out at rosettastone.com. You are Citizen, number one in customer satisfaction with retail banking in California by JD Power. In California, I found the most award shows. Be prepared to face the
Californians everywhere, we've been trying to help our brand budget and stay smarter. Our gold tracking and budgeting sales would have no place decided to work for you, and we can't make it up with that. Thank you to our real-life humans who go above and beyond for our customers every day.
For JD Power income and award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Member CLC.
I'm Joe Larson. Join me this Sunday for How to Money, to talk all things personal finance and help you learn how to save, invest, and enjoy more of what matters. How to Money for Joel Larson. Tomorrow at noon on KFI and on demand anytime on the iHeartRadio app.
I wanted to know thoughts on it, bro.
Live on the iHeartRadio app. I see breakers and this is installed. To learn more about this and others, go to our webpage, am640.com /install. Don't forget to subscribe to our podcast on the iHeartRadio app, Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts. We're talking to people down here who have LGB and talking to us about the death of Elizabeth Short. January 15th, 1947, she was discovered in around about not only your career and your high solve rate as a homicide detective, but you're telling me kind of how you got into this case and as you say that these years. I guess it all changed with a late night phone call. That's right. I was 14 years retired. I was working as a front investigator with Senate Defense, the 24 years of prosecution, and I was doing criminal defense in Bellingham, Washington. And I had retired, brought my two sons up, started them to middle school, and was working for 3 hours. And I got a recurring phone call, and it was June, my father's wife. And my father had June had relocated for a long absence, had relocated back to San Francisco, and in the last 10 years of his life. So he died at 91, and June was in a panic, and the paramedics were here and just pronounced his father's death. And in that last 10 years, when he relocated back to San Francisco, I became very close to him. We had been friends, and I got to know him in the last 10 years, and he would come up and visit me. And become quite close and had tremendous respect for my father. So I flew down immediately within hours and did all the things you have to do in the past of my father. And I was sitting there with June, and a couple of days later, she came out, she handed me a small 5-inch photo album, because I think your father would want you to have this. She handed me this book and photo book, and I had family members that took the photograph. But there was a photograph of a dark-haired woman reclining nude, semi-reclining, and I looked at you and I said, who is this? Because I don't know, somebody your father knew from a long time ago. And a attractive young woman, dark hair, early 20s. I thought, why does this look so familiar to me? And to this day, because I can't tell you what plot value comes to mind. It kind of came and went. I didn't think much of it. It may have been, they had a movie come out in 1975 called Who is the Plot Value? Starring Luke Yarnez, and it may have been that, it looks so much like that. But it kind of came and went. Another day later, I'm on the phone to my half-sister Pamela, the mark of life he has. She says to me, well, you know, he was a suspect in a black guy murder. And I said, Grandma, what the hell are you talking about? Where the hell is this coming from? Because well, you didn't do it because, during the trial, the incest, when our trial happened, the LAPD tax voted when they take you to court, they take you to court, they believe you sold it last time. And well, Grandma and I had maybe 20 minutes of conversation in 50 years. She kind of went her way and I went my way. But she was a victim of incest and dad was actually charged back in 49. 3 years after the dog was charged and fined for incest. He was acquitted after 3 weeks of his trial and the indicted for the started talking to beat the case. And then he left the country. But anyway, there's no way, absolutely, I know Dad had his problems, and I believe the incest charges, but brutal murder, killing like this, absolutely no way. So that's really what got me, and at that point I was divorced from my wife, my kids were off in college. So basically I relocated back to LA and said, well, I'll be able to show you have nothing to do with it. 5 days. And that started me on my pursuit. And he clearly had nothing to do with it. Well, in my investigation. Okay, so just to recap here, just so I'm clear. So when you're going through these personal belongings of your father after he passes, you just go to the picture, you start to ask some questions, and then you realize that not only was he the defendant in an incest trial, but then the LAPD tells the family that he was a suspect in the Black Dahlia murder. Okay. So Grandma, who was the victim of the incest, she was 14 years old at the time. And it was a big trial. And one of the things too you have to understand is you really have to understand. I spent the first third of my first book, Black Dahlia Avengers, on a biographic from my father, and you really need to know and to hear those biographics to understand where this is going. What is it your dad did for a living? He was a physician. He was a surgeon. He was a medical doctor. We have time to talk about. I could say, yeah. So obviously, and I know this story is out there, but now you're kind of starting to put the dots together here. So you've already said that Elizabeth's body was surgically altered and cut in half, and it had to be done by someone who knew what they were doing. So at this point now, are you putting it together in your head? It's like, oh crap, my father may have really done it? No. At that point, I'm starting out saying I was convinced he didn't do it. So you started out on the mission to prove that your father did not have any connection with this case. So absolutely, I was gonna prove it. And also, the other factor is he was a very mysterious man. He was kind of like a man behind the mask. He was, and I also wanted, as a son, I wanted to know more about my father and discover what I could about him as well. And so it was two paths. It was the trained detective going to follow the evidence, and then it was the son who cared about his father, wanting to learn more about this mysterious man. Wow, fascinating. Okay, Steve, hang right there because we want to. I was going to pick it back up. This is Unsolved with Steve Gregory on KFI AM 640. Time now for music news. Life moves pretty fast. If you don't let KFI fill you in once in a while, you could miss it. KOST HD2.
Los Angeles, Orange County.
Live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Shots fired. I'm Jason Middleton live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. One person has been shot and killed at a shopping center in West Hills. Police say the shooter opened fire on at least 3 people in a parking lot around 3:45 this afternoon at Fallbrook Avenue and Van Owen Street. The shooter took off. At least 22 people are dead after tornadoes ripped across the Midwest and South yesterday. This comes after 4 people were killed in structural collapses in Illinois. 7 deaths happened in Mary, Tennessee, about 110 miles east of Memphis.
That's my response. Better than the see here for one side of the spectrum. That's not
Arkansas, Alabama,
Go for my
Illinois,
side,
Indiana, and Mississippi
She had
Along with
some
downstream
of the
power lines and
There
all
was
these
a
businesses were heavily
some
damaged
of
for story. And tonight, in the northeastern United States, at least one is dead in a storm system that's moving through the northeastern panhandles and up to Maine to Delaware. A federal judge in Tennessee has temporarily blocked the state's new law criminalizing some drag performances. The judge said it was a violation of First Amendment rights to freedom of speech when issuing the temporary restraining order. The state's governor signed the first of its kind bill into law March 2nd. It was supposed to kick in today. The bill would have worked in areas where it could be viewed by kids. The law has also been referred to as a drag ban. A girl who has been teased over her big feet now has big bragging rights.
Ruby Lobachevsky has claimed the kid's world record title for largest feet in her age category. Ruby's 10.5-inch feet helped her secure the title in the girls' 7 to 9-year-old category. The now 10-year-old fourth grader from Michigan had to submit an application for the record, which included several pictures of her feet next to a tape measure. Ruby's mom says the win helped to boost Ruby's confidence because the girl had been teased over the size of her feet. Ruby now wears size 11 shoes. Layla Muhammad, KFIU.
Elon Musk and Apple co-founder Steve Wozniak have joined other high-profile tech leaders and scientists calling for a 6-month pause in artificial intelligence development to consider the risks. They signed a petition Wednesday in response to OpenAI's updated chatbot, Cat5, called GPT-4. The advanced bot has helped spark a race among Microsoft and Google and others to unveil similar applications. The letter warns that AI can flood the internet with disinformation and take away jobs. The petition says AI labs are locked in an out-of-control race to develop and deploy more powerful digital minds that no one can understand, predict, or reliably control. An update to that is that a lot of the signees of that petition have been proven false, counterfeits. They also want to roll it back. We cover this also on macroeconomics. That's tomorrow's Blue Fox today, KFI. One of the reasons Elon Musk wanted to pull out of that probably is because he pulled out of OpenAI back in the day and decided not to be part of it. That's just me. Join me tomorrow. Let's check the roads. We're going to come back to the roads in just a minute. I have a couple of things I want to get to first anyway. The Justice Department is suing Norfolk Southern Railway over the toxic train derailment in East Palestine, Ohio. The lawsuit alleges the railway company violated the Clean Water Act for pollutants that were allegedly discharged in a train carrying hazardous material derailed in a fiery crash near the Pennsylvania border last February. The lawsuit is seeking injunctive relief, cost recovery, and civil penalties. He left the hospital this morning after spending 3 days recovering from bronchitis. The boat stood and he briefly answered reporters' questions outside of Rome's Gemelli Hospital. Francis says he will deliver the Angelus Prayer tomorrow from St. Peter's Square. Former President Trump is expected to travel to New York City from Florida for his upcoming arraignment. Trump reportedly plans to fly to LaGuardia Airport on Monday night and stay at Trump Tower before arriving in Lower Manhattan for Tuesday's planned court hearing. He's being indicted in a case involving hush money payments made to conceal an alleged affair. After the hearing, Trump is expected to travel back to Mar-a-Lago. Security officials say they are still working out the details, but all NYPD officers are being told to be ready for you. Okay, now it's time. Now we can go back to it. Let's check on traffic now. South LA, the 110 northside Century Boulevard. Got a 2-car crash taking up the left lane. Traffic slow as you approach. Downtown on the 101 northbound between the 60 and 7th. Slow traffic there. And through Hollywood, you got a slow go on the 101 southbound between Sunset and Glendale Boulevard. Diamond Bar, the 57 northbound at Grand, a 2-car crash. That's blocking the center lane. And as you make your way through Ontario, had an earlier crash on the 10 westbound at Milliken. Everything there has been cleared. KFI in the sky helps get you there faster. I'm Dave Joseph.
Radio Earth is here with a new way to enjoy our beautiful planet. Reduce your impact on the environment this fall by packing a waste-free lunch for school or work. Avoid foods with excessive packaging. Use reusable cutlery, napkins, cups, bags, and containers, and recycle or compost any waste when possible. Brought to you by iHeartRadio Earth and the National Environmental Education Foundation. To find more tips for smarter, sustainable living, or to take action in your own community, go to iHeartRadio.com/Earth. iHeartRadio Earth is here with little tips for a healthier planet. Keep your window shades open on sun-facing windows during the day to get free solar heat.
and close them after that to add a little extra insulation. Brought to you by iHeartRadio Earth and the National Environmental Education Foundation. To find more tips for smarter, sustainable living, or to take action in your own community, go to iHeartRadio.com/Earth.
On the podcast, Inner Cosmos with David Eagle, the Stanford neuroscientist explores how brain science intersects with our lives, passions, and behaviors. This deep dive into the unexpected facets of our brain science will help you see the world differently. I'm going to explore the relationship between our brain and our experiences by tackling unusual questions. Listen to Inner Cosmos with David Eagleman on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts. Visit UPVA.org or call 833-422 or 255 to ask for medication to treat COVID-19. Sponsored by the California Department of Public Health. KMR and KOST HD2, Los Angeles, Orange County. If you're hurt in a car accident, call the attorneys at Sweet James. If you're in a trucking accident, call the attorneys at Sweet James. If you're hurt in a motorcycle accident, same thing. Call the attorneys at Sweet James. Sweet James settles more for injured victims in 1 year than most firms settle in their lifetime. Sometimes you can't control what happens in life, but Sweet James can help you control how you respond and shift the power away from the greedy insurance companies and back in your hands. When you're hurt in an accident, nothing can prepare you for what may come next. You may not be ready, but they are. The attorneys at Sweet James. They're going to help you connect to the top medical care, get you the most amount of money possible, and deliver the justice you deserve in your time of need. And you pay nothing until they win. All that, so if you're hurt in an accident, call Sweet James. The number is 800-500-5200. 800-500-5200. That's 800-500-5200 and SweetJames.com.
Why would a plumber just tell me what it costs to unclog my drain over the phone? Is it that complicated?
No, it's not. It makes no sense at all. They obviously have a price.
Whoa, you've got a nice aroma. Who are you?
Mike Diamond, the Smell Good Plumber.
Will you tell me how much to unclog my drain?
$99.
Then you haven't seen it.
Don't need to. Doesn't matter if it's a kitchen sink or a mainline sewer stopper. The Smell Good Plumbers at Mike Diamond will unclog almost any drain for $99.
Almost.
Yeah, there are a few exceptions, but you can read all about them on our website before you call. Just go to thesmellgoodplumber.com.
Wow, you're like up front and everything. I just told a guy named Bubba who wouldn't tell me anything.
No Bubba's here, ma'am. Just professional plumbers who show up on time, smell good, and unclog drains for $99. Call us. 1-800-446-MIKE. Contact your license number 39917. Southern California weather from Fairfax. Okay, I hope you got some of that sunshine on you today. That's proven not only to improve mood, well, actually, it's pretty cool. Sun should be around for the next few days, too. Tonight, mostly clear, then low clouds and fog towards dawn. Lows around 50. Tomorrow, sunny with highs in the mid-60s for LA and Orange counties. Tomorrow night, there is a 20% chance of light rain. And on Monday, it's partly sunny with a lingering chance of rain, but then, Tuesday and Wednesday, all those clouds just move out. The moon is 56. Austin right now, 61. Long Beach, still 61. In Culver City, you're at 58. We beat local. Live in the KFI 24-hour news room, Monday to middle. KFI AM 640 heard everywhere live on the iHeartRadio app. I'm Steve Gregory, and this is Unsolved. Caution, there is very graphic content in this episode. We're talking with Steve Hodel. He is a retired LAPD detective who was with homicide division back in the day. And discussing the death of Elizabeth Short, also known as Black Dahlia, was found in an area near Lamert Park, completely severed in half. Very gruesome scene. One of the breaks he was convinced that out of nowhere, the police came to him because he set out to prove that his father was not the killer of Elizabeth Short, but it was him turn. So now that you brought your father into the conversation, why don't you tell us a little bit more about it? Okay. And the only thing crime these crimes, so you have to understand the man. So George Odell was born in Los Angeles at 5th and Holland in 1907. He was a child prodigy, an only child. He played piano concert at the Fine Auditorium at the age of 9, highly gifted. His piano teacher learned essentially was his boss teacher in Los Angeles, but he had a promise in that he would go far in the piano. He was also highly gifted in politics. He tested 186 IQ, 1 point above Einstein. Incidentally, that fits the generation I'm going to he went to Southampton High School, and at the age of 14 graduated and went to Cal Tech, one of our most famous universities here. At 14, not only was he mentally highly gifted and a beautiful prodigy, but he also was sexually precocious. He has an affair with a professor's wife at Cal Tech. She gets pregnant, breaks up her marriage. She goes back east. He's now 15, 16. He follows her back. He says, I love you, I want to marry you. That's the right to George here trying to sell, get out of my life. I never want to see you again. So he comes back to Los Angeles, takes a job at the Sunday Quarter with the LA Record, one of the large newspapers, and the crime reporter. Starts riding around with LAPD rights, doing prohibition, kicking doors with the white guys, and here's the judge as a young woman writing these tabloid stories in the record. He then graduates and starts writing around with LAPD homicides, dies, again writing tabloid stories, bloody 8 days next to the body, that sort of thing. He then started dating with a man by the name of John Houston, who at that time was, he will eventually become the famous film director, but at that time he was just the son of Walter Houston, who was his father was a famous actor. So they're double dating, George and John are double dating, and George is dating a woman by the name of Dorothy, and John is dating a woman by the name of Emilia. And so some months afterwards they quit. Dorothy and John fall in love, they go off and get married. And Emilia and George look at each other and says, I guess it's you and me there. She gets pregnant, they go north to Berkeley where he goes to pre-med to Berkeley. He gets a job with the San Francisco Chronicle as a reporter. He does that one point to med school, graduates from pre-med, goes across the bay to UC San Francisco. Then gets his medical degree, has another affair, and so that Duncan is born with Emilia, 28, and he has another affair with another Dorothy, not the earlier Dorothy. She gets pregnant, and Tamar is born in 35, who was my ancestor. He then decides he needs more space, he splits from the women, he goes and becomes a surgeon in a logging camp in New Mexico, Arizona, and does that for a few years, comes back to Los Angeles. But his friend Dorothy, who was married to Houston, breaks up with after 7 years of Houston, comes back, hooks up with George, they get married. My older brother Mike is born in 39, I'm born in 41. My younger brother Sullivan was born in 42. Dad hires on the LA County Health Department, quickly rises to the top, becomes the VD czar of Los Angeles. social hygiene medicine, treating, the weight and he's basically does that for a number of years, and then buys a house. Franklin is like being a home in Hollywood. Maybe your listeners may be familiar with it from a certain, and it looks like a mine temple. Franklin and Norman, it's about someone Franklin. We friends are running around with little princes. That's the thing, runs the queen, and he's having these Hollywood parties with all kinds of interesting people, and everything's going swimmingly. And then in 1949, there's a knock at the door, LAPD, knock at the hotel. Yes, you're under arrest for incest. So he's arrested for incest, having had sex with Caroline, daughter, who was down visiting with us. He has the trial, he gets Terry Geiser, his top attorney, he beats the case. And basically, he leaves the country in 1950, goes on to Hawaii, and there to Asia, and marries the wealthy Filipina, 4 more children, has an amazing life over there in the Philippines. Eventually, divorces her after 5 years.
No,
Back to San Francisco in 1990. I hooked up back with them, and I think it's been the last 10 years of his life. Seeing him becoming, he was never a woman, fuzzy person, but, basically he tried, and we became quite close at that time, and he died. But that's a quick bio on George. You can see why he was also highly gifted, and there was a Stanford study by Lord TRUMAN, and of the highly gifted, George was one of his termites, they were called, one of these high IQ individuals. It's sounding more and more like he's a Hannibal Lecter. You nailed it. My head. But listen, you got to hold on to that thought for a second. We're going to have to take a break. When we come back, more with Steve Liddell about this fascinating twist in terms with his father, George Liddell. We'll talk more about that. But first, this is Unsolved with Steve Gregory on KFI News 640 Hideout for news update. Live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom, I'm Jason Middleton. The Justice Department is suing Norfolk Southern Railway over the toxic train derailment in East Palestine, Ohio. The lawsuit alleges the railway company violated the Clean Water Act. Pope Francis bronchitis. Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves is rolling into the top spot at the box office. The film saw a strong opening of more than $15 million. We are going to check on the 10 right after this.
Why would a plumber just tell me what it costs to unclog my drain over the phone? Is it that complicated?
No, it's not. It makes no sense at all. They obviously have a price.
Whoa, you've got a nice aroma. Who are you?
Mike Diamond, the Smell-Good plumber.
Will you tell me how much sun out my drain?
$99.
But you haven't seen it.
Don't need to. Doesn't matter if it's a kitchen sink or a mainline sewer stopping. The Smell-Good plumbers at Mike Diamond will unclog almost any drain for $99.
Almost.
Yeah, there are a few exceptions, but you can read all about them on our website before you call. Just go to thesmelldgoodplumber.com.
Wow, you went up front and everything. I just had a guy named Bubba who wouldn't tell me anything.
No Bubba's here, ma'am. Just professional plumbers who show up on time, smell good, and unclog drains for $99. Call us. 1-800-446. Contact your license number 39917. Southern California weather from KFI. Overnight lows in the low 50s, foggy by dawn. Tomorrow, highs in the mid-60s for LA and Oakland. Mostly cloudy in the afternoon. Slight chance of showers on Monday. Lots of beach traffic today because of the sunshine. But now, let's check on a crash in San Juan. The traffic changes found before 20th Street. That crash off to the right shoulder. The traffic is slow from 4th Street. South LA, the 110 north on Century. A crash block to the express lanes. You're down from the 105. And in Culver City, the 405 southbound at Sepulveda, fast blocks the right lane, you're spoke from Wilshire. Headed through Santa Fe Springs, the 605 southbound before Telegraph Road, an accident blocks the right lane, you're on place on Slauson. And in Gardena, 91 westbound before the 110, a 5-car crash off the right shoulder. .org. Right now, there are young people across the world facing a tough choice. Continue their dream of education or drop out to help their family put food on the table. You can help change their future in a single moment. See how far your support can go at unbound.org. This is Marketer's Report. Complete Liberty Market offers direct to consumer for Warner Brothers Discovery. Ways on building trust. Trust is a really hard thing to build and a really easy thing to destroy, and we have to be very respectful about that. Our partnership with iHeart has really helped us build that trust and that relationship with the honor account. The number one audio company, iHeart Media gives marketers access to the audiences, conversations, trusted resources, insights, and data you need to grow. Go to iHeartResults.com for more. Invitations from Gremlin Addict. But what I do choose was to get help from a professional counselor.
For no cost spending additional counseling, call Lily Heather Family or text support to 53342. Brought to you by the California Department of Public Health.
Hey, it's Steve Gregory. We'll get back to more of Unsolved in just a moment, but I want to take this opportunity to basically lay out all of the ways you can participate. And what I mean by that is whether you give us a show idea, if there are case you might have been involved with, or have a family member or a friend, or even heard of a story of someone that might have been involved with an unsolved case or a crazy case or something that needs some attention, you can reach out to us. Pound 250 is a proprietary phone we set up for us and all of our advertisers here at KFI. Pound 250 on your cell phone, you say the keyword unsolved, and then just give us a brief synopsis of what you're talking about. Someone from my team will get back to you. Also, unsolved at iHeartMedia.com is our email. It's unsolved at iHeartMedia.com, or always go online at KFIN640.com, keyword unsolved. And don't forget our podcast on the iHeartRadio app. Stay right here, more Unsolved coming up.
COVID medication can stop the illness from being serious and help you test negative as soon as you feel symptoms. Visit youcanbeat.org or call 833-422-4255 to ask for medication to treat COVID-19. Sponsored by the California Department of Public Health.
Your traditional investments aren't so great right now. So how about investing in assets that not only hold their value, but are just outright fun to own? Have you ever wanted a Rolex but never thought you could afford one? Let me suggest Bosch watches. Rolex, Omega, Cartier, Tudor, and a whole lot more. You have them all. Buy, sell, or trade. They have a huge inventory of luxury watches, free overnight shipping on all orders, and a great selection of vintage Rolex watches, too. Bosch Watches, a trusted online store to buy or sell modern and vintage luxury pre-owned watches, and all watches are 100% authentic and independently certified. And now you get $200 off Google Bosch Watches and my name, Bill Handel. Click the link at the top to get your discount off. Fast and easy quote online from the watch experts Google Bosch Watches and Bill Handel.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? These are real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Justin Powell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, is the largest timeshare company in federal court, and has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now to get the timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-85-3300. That's 800-85-3300.
When you get nicer, chocolate, empanadas, spicy pizza with jalapenos, Pepto-Bismol brand. Pepto-Bismol provides fast-effective relief from nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, and diarrhea. All the things that can happen unexpectedly on vacation. So before you travel, pack the Pepto. Pepto-Bismol. When you have nausea,
Use that directly. You got to reach your children.
Trail.com's meditative prayer podcast is the best way to bring God's perfect peace into your life. Each meditative prayer helps you focus on God, fight anxiety, sleep better, and relax.
Close your eyes. Open yourself to the Holy Spirit.
Listen to meditative prayer on an iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Relatively headlines every week for business, tech, banking, even artificial intelligence. That fire hose of news can overwhelm. Every week, you sift through those headlines, dismiss the scary and the stupid, and focus on the smart and important. That's macro, as in macroeconomics. And that macro take matters to all of us. Macro with Jason Middleton. Tomorrow afternoon at 2 on KFI AM 640 and on demand anytime on the iHeartRadio app. KFI AM 640 heard everywhere live on the iHeartRadio app. IT Gregory and this is Unsolved. Talking with Steve Liddell, an author and former LAPD homicide detective retired, solved more than 300 cases over his career. He has an 85% solve rate with his race. He's telling us this twisted and sordid tale of his father, George Liddell. But you set out to prove that your father was not the killer of Elizabeth Short. But what did you actually discover? So basically, I felt familiar with the case itself because you know nothing about it, or even know her name. And obviously, I didn't have access. I was a part of the police, so I didn't have access to the police report. So basically, that source was the newspapers from there. So six newspapers, hundreds and hundreds of articles from all of them. So I started there, and what did I find out? I discovered, as we mentioned, that the killers, they were absolutely certain that he had to be killed in surgery, and it had to be a skilled surgeon. So that was the suspect right there, and that was, I was concerned that was a surgeon in the early doctor, but still, I said to myself, there's no way. So what the killer did in the Black Dahlia was he put a topic on the tweet to the press, and he sent in more than a dozen haunted notes, and these were like cut and paste from like ransom notes, most of the handwriting was disguised. But there was one letter that he sent in that was not disguised handwriting, was actually he thought it was a bit of a handwriting that said, turning myself in on January 29th, had my son at the police, starting to block Dahlia of Vengeance. And I looked at that, and it's like on his handwriting. And really? How did you know that so quickly? Well, he's got a very unusual block thing. And I mean, you know your parents' handwriting, you looked at it, so their parents' handwriting this point. And I looked at my father's handwriting and said, so this can't be. I said, you're pretending to be the suspect, what the hell is going on here? So, but it was definitely a major concern to me. And so, basically, I had an handwriting expert. I could build the crime itself, so the expert wouldn't know the crime, and I had her examine it and independently of being recorded. And with samples, I had many samples in my father's handwriting, but she comes back with about 8 positive notes. It's definitely the same person writing these notes on the handwriting. So you've got the surgeon, you've got the handwriting, and then basically I started getting into witness interviews and stuff, and wanted to get more details on the actual crime itself. One of the major witnesses that I talked to was a retired policewoman by the name of Merle McBride. She was long retired, she was living in San Diego. I went down and basically interviewed her, and she had, let me put it this way, there are 3 one of my biggest problems with, there are three major myths to this crime, okay? And basically, those two major myths were, there was a book called Missing Week. As the story goes, the myth goes, Elizabeth Brooke walked out of the guilt courtroom cell into the fog on January 9th and was not seen again until the body was found on January 15th. So that's one big myth. I was able to establish and locate 14 witnesses that actually saw her every day in that so-called missing week. And were had been interviewed back at the crime and stuff. So, and 7 of those 14 knew her personally, but it couldn't be mistaken. And they told us what you said. Well, the last day, on the 14th of January, Merle McBride is the last person to see over the foot. He's working the cookie. McBride is also McBride is working the cookie downtown. And Elizabeth comes running up to her. There's a man who's threatening to kill me. So McBride goes into the bar with her, and the man's going, they get her. And she says, okay, I'm okay now. And then a few hours later, she sees McBride sees her walk out of another bar with 2 men and a woman. He goes up to her and he says, are you all right? She says, well, yeah, I'm going to see my father at the bus station. And that's literally hours before she was murdered, probably 8 or 10 hours. And it's my intention, and I come up with a whole bunch of reasons why. It was probably George Roselle and a friend of his name, Sexton, and the unknown female. But so that the other myth, is that it was a standalone murder, one before, one after. Absolutely false. There are a whole series of loans. As I get into my investigation on that, I discovered there's a whole series of what I call the lone woman murders. It began in 43 and they stopped in 50 when my dad fled the country. And they were all in Los Angeles in a very tight geographical area between Hollywood and downtown, all unsolved. And you gotta understand also that LA was a very different time back then. You realize what I time today. So a lot of corruption happened in those days and stuff. And basically, the grand jury, the 1949 grand jury, got so obsessed with these three unsolved that they took the Black Dahlia murder away from LAPD and had the DA's office investigate. And the DA started to get into it and actually put a case together. And we wouldn't know all of what they did, except finally I had my case and I went to in secret to Steve K, who was a highly respected head deputy district attorney. He was with Bugliosi on Manson. He actually prosecuted all of the Manson family by himself. And highly respected. I went to him and said, hey, here's my case, take a look at it and review it against your father. Basically, with that, I went to Chief Lopez, who's a top reporter in Los Angeles. I'm sure you know. Yeah, the LA Times column. Yeah, LA Times, exactly. I went to Steve and I said, hey, here's my book. It's about to come out in 3 weeks. Take a look at it and, take it from there. So he does it. Basically, he goes to LAPD and says, hey, they're just a tired Odell guy. That he's a Black Dahlia killer. And LAPD says, go away. We don't talk about active unsolved cases. Yeah, let's leave it right here for a second. We do have to take a break. When we come back, we'll talk more about how close Steve Hurdell's getting to connecting the murder of the Black Dahlia with his father. But first, this is Unsolved with Steve Gregory. I can't find any support. Find out for you. Live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom, I'm Jason Middleton. One person has been killed in a shooting at a shopping center in West Hills, and there's 2 others that have been taken to the hospital. The LAPD says the shooting happened around 3:45 this afternoon at a shopping center at Van Ellis Street near Fallbrook. But maybe we'll come back to it in a second. Because the white three-piece suit that John Travolta wore to Disco and Saturday Night Fever is heading to auction. Julianne's Auctions is selling many pieces from cinema history in Beverly Hills and online starting April 22nd and April 23rd. The suit is the centerpiece of the auction, and the starting price tag is between $100,000 and $200,000. Other props for auction include Iron Man's helmet, Harrison Ford's machete from Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, and Marty McFly's hoverboard from 1989. Back to the Future 2. Can you imagine? A 27-year-old sergeant from LA was among the 9 soldiers killed when 2 Black Hawk helicopters crashed near Fort Campbell, Kentucky. Army officials say Isaac John Dio had enlisted in the Army in 2019 and had been awarded the U.S. Army Achievement Medal, Army Good Conduct Medal, and the Overseas Service Ribbon. Officials say the crash happened Wednesday night during a medical evacuation training exercise. The Brigadier General said there were 5 soldiers aboard 1 helicopter and 4 on the other. Former President Trump is expected in New York for a court appearance Tuesday. ABC's Mona Kassar-Agnew says Trump's unprecedented indictment is being prepped and planned for by law enforcement in Manhattan.
The news broke. All NYPD police officers have been in uniform deployed around the city, particularly in high-risk areas like Trump Tower.
Kassar-Agnew says the NYPD Secret Service, U.S. Marshals, and New York State court officers met yesterday to coordinate Trump's surrender. She says Trump will not be handcuffed, and it's unclear if he will be fingerprinted and photographed. And the 15th floor courtroom where the arraignment will take place has already been blocked off. The federal judge has temporarily blocked a new Tennessee law that would place limits on drag shows. ABC's Dave Packer says an LGBTQ plus theater group claiming the statute violates the First Amendment. The first discrimination law signed by Tennessee Republican Governor Bill Lee lumped drag performances featuring male or female impersonators in the same category with strippers, topless, and exotic dancers as adult cabaret acts, thus banning them from public property or anywhere minors might be present. The judge ruled that the state failed to make a compelling argument as to why the new law was even needed. Let's check the roads, and that means checking day 405. In Culver City, southbound at Sepulveda, you've got a crash picking up the 2 right lanes. You're jammed now from National Boulevard. Santa Fe Springs to 605 southbound before Telegraph. A crash blocks the right lane. You're slow from Washington Boulevard. Norwalk to 605 northbound before the 105. Still have a crash there in lanes. Santa Monica to 10 eastbound before 20th. It's an accident off to the right shoulder. You're on the brakes for 4th Street. And a slow go to Eastern Park on the 110 southbound between the 5 and Hill Street. The right lane is closed as traffic lets out from Dodger Stadium tonight. KFI in the sky, helps get you there faster. I'm Dave Joseph. I thought learning a language would be too much work. Then I discovered Babbel. They make learning fun. Jen does that.
Babbel lessons only take 10 or 15 minutes. Quick and easy. And soon you suddenly realize, hey, I'm starting to speak another language. How'd that happen?
My friend from Italy said my accent and pronunciation is perfect. It's because Babbel's lessons are designed by language teachers and voiced by real native speakers. Each lesson is like living in another country for 15 minutes.
I love that there's all kinds of ways to learn. Babbel's podcasts or games or videos. You can even join live classes with a language teacher.
Learn words and phrases you actually use in real conversations.
In 3 weeks, I was starting to speak another language. So easy.
If you want to learn a language, there's no faster, easier, better way than Babbel. Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com. Southern California weather from KFI. Tonight, mostly clear, then clouds and fog for dawn. Winds around 50. Tomorrow, sunny with highs in the mid-60s for LA and Orange counties. Tomorrow night, there is a 20% chance of light rain, and on Monday, it sticks around, although we should have some...
Thank you, Logan. Great room. I have a question to the room, specifically when it comes to the somewhat aversion of social media against ChatGPT and the discussion of UFOs. For instance, Reddit, from a space I was just in, will not allow any discussion of UFOs using ChatGPT to be posted. I know I've tried to post on UFO Twitter's group a list of 100 documentaries that I got from ChatGPT. That was not posted. Why do you think there is this aversion to me, ChatGPT is a tool, just like a calculator, a search engine, an abacus, whatever, that we use to gather information. But it seems as if there are gatekeepers out there who are either afraid of it or wish to have it silenced. And I'd like to know the room's thoughts on that.
For JD Power 2023 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Remember, FDIC, I've tried a lot of language learning apps lately, and Rosetta Stone is hands down my favorite. I love that it teaches you phrases you can use in real-life conversations, and they have the best speech recognition tool. It tells you how accurate your pronunciation is, so you can really nail your accent in almost any language you want, like Spanish, Italian, Chinese, and Korean. Or get access to all 25 languages for life with Rosetta Stone's lifetime unlimited subscription. Check it out at rosettastone.com.
Hey, it's Steve Gregory. We'll get back to more of Unsolved in just a moment, but I want to take this opportunity to basically lay out all of the ways you can participate. And what I mean by that, whether you give us a show idea, is there a case you might have been involved with, or had a family member or a friend, or even heard of a story of someone that might have been involved with an unsolved case or crazy case or something that needs attention? You can reach out to us. Pound
Sure thing.
250 is a proprietary phone system set up for us and all of our advertisers here at KFI. Pound 250 on your cell phone, you say the keyword unsolved, and then just give us a brief synopsis of what you're talking about. Someone from my team will get back to you. Also, unsolved at iHeartMedia.com. Our email is unsolved at iHeartMedia.com, or always go online at KFI.
I don't know specifically what friend you had. I was in a UFO Shane space that had some discussion. He was interviewing someone. I was also in an AMA. I don't know exactly. Can you hear me? Okay, I was in a UFO Shane space that was discussing UFOs. Was that the space you're referencing? For me? Yeah, my internet sucks, but aside from that, everything seems good.
For official rules and more information about contests on this station, go to KFI AM 640. Rules. AM 640.
And I had radio station
More stimulating. KFI AM 640 heard everywhere live on the iHeartRadio app. I'm Steve Gregory, and this is Unsolved. Speaking with Steve Hodel, retired LAPD homicide detective, about the death of Elisa Short, the Black Dahlia, and telling us this absolute fascinating story in connection with his father and how it accidentally fell into his lap. And so now, by this time,
Seemingly, I mean, it was like generally any UFO discussion that I'm in, you get some really good points, and then you get some people who want to take it in a different direction. And then I'm not sure if it formally ended or it just rugged. I think it perhaps just rugged. So that might have been an issue as well. I know I've been having internet connectivity issues, so I'm not always able to hear as well as I'd like. But it wasn't like brilliant discussion, but it certainly wasn't anything out of the ordinary either for UFO, UAP, Twitter. Is that a question for me, Logan? Yes. Yeah, so I started like maybe 2 months ago, and then helped to run a space overnight that is the Angry Ape Society, which is an NFT. So we do karaoke, we do music playing, we do certainly discussion of the NFT, and with that, I've been basically pretty busy from at least Pacific time, usually about 9 p.m. Pacific till about 3:30 in the morning, because I help to run those shows. Great question. Yeah, so maybe like 7 years ago, 8 years ago, I bought some, and I ended up losing them on the dark web. Just like I was trying to buy like all kinds of crazy stuff on the dark web, like LSD and stuff. And so I had them in a wallet there. So I lost like maybe $1,000 in crypto. which put a bad taste in my mouth, specifically in Bitcoin. But I mean, that was when it was worth $1,000. Now it's worth like $40,000 or so. I mean, it just depends on the day. So I've gotten more into the discussions, and now that there are more diversified cryptocurrencies out there, it seems like definitely more people are joining it, joining a type of crypto. And then there are these things called NFTs, non-fungible tokens, which basically are pieces of art that people purchase using cryptocurrency, and they're worth millions of dollars. And it's incredible that this JPEG, this just a few pixels, are worth tens of thousands, if not millions of dollars. What ended up happening with me is someone gave me one, and here I thought it was worth like a nickel or like a dime. No, this thing was worth hundreds of dollars. I couldn't believe it. And so that's kind of how I got involved in it, and it's only gone up from there.
And basically, this one also here's the thing about like crypto. You're right. Very damning statements and confessions from George listening in. I'll just read a few of them. This is from the actual transcript.
I don't know specifically because the military generally doesn't purchase currencies, to my knowledge. Usually that's done, I thought, through the government, through like either Treasury, Federal Reserve, something like that. I know that they're invested in it, the government is. I think it perhaps isn't necessarily run by a government. I think it's run by clandestine organizations, perhaps going to Mossad, going to MI5, MI6, the CIA, something like that. Just because to me, I'm very skeptical of one person, Satoshi Nakamoto, basically being able to have developed all of this 15 years ago and then be silent on it. I just am very skeptical of that. There are people out there who are huge proponents of Satoshi, and that's great. But in my personal opinion, usually that there are clandestine intelligence groups behind ideas like this. So if the military is involved in it, I think that that's more like perhaps a facade to legitimize it. More so, it's a soft legitimization because it hasn't happened all at once. But if you follow it backwardly, I really think the same people who control the world, so that would be the people who control the banks, are the same people who control cryptocurrency.
Prior to 1239, they thought there was something fishy. Anyway, now they may have figured it out. Children. And you have this from my secretary. He's referring to that time 2 years earlier. And then one of the final statements is, I'm in trouble, locked down here, passport.
I don't think I'm able to hear as well Void Princess. I'm going to drop down. Apologies. I'm not sure why. And I'm going to come back so I can hear everyone.
Other reports clearly say that George O'Neill and Elizabeth Stewart were dating in the years prior, that they were acquainted, boyfriend, girlfriend, and that they had dated. And then, so this is basically most of the transcripts are pretty much covering all of this. These are just summaries. These are not the actual. What happened was everything related to George O'Neill disappeared from the LAPD files. They had today's LAPD had no clue that these even existed. The report purposes. Okay, so the big thing.
That should be better. I hope I'm not talking over anyone. There was a question, are there any free NFTs? A lot of people do give them away. I know the way that I got mine was just by promoting the NFT in which I was. I've actually been, I shouldn't say, I've been in other rooms where people have just given me them. So if you find NFT discussions and you show any interest, a lot of times people will give them to you if they feel like you'll be valuable to the community. Yes, I do. That's where my you can view my 2 NFTs there, and that's generally what people use. They're very high, and people hate them, so that's why they even want to go to different cryptocurrencies that have lower gas fees. I hope so as well. I don't know what the gas fees are proposed for the new Amazon NFT marketplace. Do you have any idea, Void Princess or anyone else?
Probably nothing. Amazon NFT marketplace, that's the Amazon Web Services.
No, Amazon announced like 2 months ago that they were going to have their own specific NFT marketplace. I thought it was going to come towards the end of April, so perhaps there may be more on that soon. But essentially, it was going to be a um, where it would be like your essentially what Amazon is for whatever you want. What originally was book selling would be for the NFT marketplace, and they would you'd essentially be able to purchase on an Amazon system NFTs where you can't currently do that, to my knowledge. And they would also have integration with different cryptocurrencies as well. Please brief me on it.
So let me just pause there, and when we come back, we'll wrap up our final segment with Steve Hotel. The first This Is Unsolved with Steve Gregory and the KFI Music Board. I'm now bringing back the National Weather Service says the tornado that hit Little Rock yesterday was a high-end EF3. The service notes damage that went up to 155 miles an hour has been observed. That storm system yesterday has killed at least 22 people. Stormy Daniels is calling the indictment of former President Trump poetic, but bittersweet. Speaking with the Times of London, the adult film actress also said that Trump is no longer untouchable. Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves is rolling into the top spot at the box office. The film saw a strong opening of more than $15 million. Weekend projections are estimated that the film could bring in nearly $40 million. We're going to check traffic near Santa Fe Springs right after this. This week's Marketplace Report. Roger Nazar, Chief Marketing and Communications Officer of MasterCard, talks about measurement. Measuring sonic and sonic branding and sonic initiatives across the world. The principles of measurement are the same, but the parameters that you measure are different. We measure, and what we find is our investment is based on itself in students. We have been partnering with iPads across multiple platforms, both for brand enhancement as well as for performance. I think the success of the message and the recall of the brand are much higher. Also, it has been very beneficial for us to.
I'm in agreement with you. Mass adoption will happen, and you're right. We just have to be patient on it. It's already grown quite a bit. And you got to understand we're competing with the pound, the Federal Reserve. Now, these are some big players here that want to keep this down. So the idea that cryptocurrency, NFT, and all the whole Web3 space is growing, I think is absolutely, it's brilliant to have that type of mindset. And I think it's just going to grow from there.
I'm sorry. Tomorrow, highs in mid-60s there for LA and AC. Slight chance of showers on Monday. Now, let's check traffic. Now, the traffic is 605 here at the base track. Telephone report showing for Apple Road. You got a crash on the right shoulder. You're slow to Washington Boulevard. Lyman Barn, 57 northbound transition to the 60 west. The crash blocking the 2 left lanes of that transition road. And in Norwalk, the 605 northbound before the 105. The crash blocks the transition to the 105 west. You're slow from Rosecrans.
Definitely in agreement with you there. And when you start seeing it in media being normalized as the way that people are paying for things, then it will reinforce people's legitimization of it, and then it will have as much power, if not more power, than your standard fiat currencies. Well, there are different blockchains that do allow that, like Monero is one of them that allows for anonymized cryptocurrency transactions. It's small, but I'm not saying that can't grow as well.
Call now and get this time-share cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call in 885-3300. That's 885-3300. Welcome to the future. Get your chance. All of your trophy muscles are unraveling. What are you talking about? For 46 years, the Ford F-Series has been the best-selling truck on the market, but it's not just because it's done wrong. It's not right. Technology, turbo generators, hybrid engine, even wireless charging. That's great.
In my opinion, I essentially see what stock was to anonymize ownership of businesses, say 100 years ago, and hedge funds are the ability to anonymize the purchasing of businesses. I see Web3 and crypto as the way to perhaps anonymize your purchase of hedge funds that will control the stocks and other ways as well. But at the end of the day, the people who are in power are still in power, and it just allows them more anonymous.
AFI and 640 for everywhere live on the iHeartRadio app. I'm Steve Gregory, and this is Unsolved. Speaking of Steve Hodel, retired LAPD homicide detective, and he's been giving us an amazing overview of not only the Elizabeth Short case, but how all of a sudden, out of nowhere, the story falls to his lap that his father is most likely to kill him. And before the break, we were talking about all the politics behind the scenes of you trying to get either access or a conviction or at least anybody to open up a case and take this seriously. But as you know, as a detective, where's your physical evidence? Okay, so basically,
Apologies.
what comes out and really
I was going to say that I like billboards, vertical space specifically, as a marketing tool a lot because of the fact that it's very difficult to block it or use pop-up blockers. You don't have to be on a certain radio station. So it's not digital. And it can be too. That's another option for vertical space as well. Where in traditional billboards, it was just like literally one large printed item. Now you have digital billboards that can provide video. They can diversify your message. And I've seen a lot more, at least in LA, a lot more NFT billboards and Web3 billboards. And when people start to see it on that and legitimize it, it's the same as the cannabis industry. It just becomes more normalized for mom and pop American. And when that happens, or mom and pop, wherever you are in the world, where the mainstream people are starting to understand that this is definitely a way in which people are having transactions, and it's a legitimate way, and that might affect them someday, where someone wants to pay them for maybe they're selling a car or a house and they want to be purchased, they want to be paid in crypto, or the person wants to pay in crypto. It may be something that they may be doing maybe in the next 10 years. When, let's say, 10 years before Facebook, they were on Facebook, Facebook seemed new to them. And it took 10 years for them to join Facebook, but they eventually did, and now they're the biggest users of it. They may be the biggest users of cryptocurrency and NFTs as well. If you look at the price of a dollar, or the value of a dollar, since the start of the Federal Reserve, December of 1913, it has lost more than 100% of its value. Meaning, essentially, when you had a $1 bill in 1913, that is worth now essentially $100, even less than that. And I'm not saying that the only reason for this type of fiat currency is inflation. You also had where it was no longer, where the currency was no longer tied to the gold standard in 1971, which really was a death blow of any type of realistic financial or fiscal options. So now I essentially see the finance world just being propped up, as it has been since 1971, by their own by investors' own bullishness, but it really doesn't have any foundation. When at least cryptocurrencies, to say that they don't have a foundation is just as equivalent. It's whatever anyone gives it. But when you have NFTs involved, there's art involved, and then people have put some value on what they're seeing, as opposed to maybe a dollar that has no connection to someone and it's not backed by anything. At least an NFT has some kind of real aesthetic quality to someone that gives it some value.
Now, they don't, dog alert, whenever dog social alert on dead rats and dead animals, only human remains, right? And this is confirmed from the soil analysis. Basically, we know from the transcript that the DA's office is investigating the possibility of graves in the basement. There's actually a report there that college doing a plumber said you did work there, did you see the graves? So they were clearly related to the possibility of bodies buried in the basement. I put it all together and send it to the ATV. Nothing, no response, nothing. And so again, more hard physical evidence. And basically, both of those are powerful independent. I've been trying to get them to do DNA. There's no DNA that's been done, no comparisons. And not just to this, but also to the other World War murders that we stood for. And there's a whole new other times that you see that we haven't talked about too involved to try and see as well. Murderers will find out.
You're absolutely right. Data is the number one resource in the world. That's why I stream my life 24/7, 365, and create as much data as possible. Because I know in the future that this will be valuable. When perhaps things in the past that we might have thought had value, like stocks and bonds and things like that, really might not have any value because they're built on worthless foundational organizations. When perhaps NFTs, cryptocurrency, and data might be the future. And that's where I really think. And I put all my eggs in it. I live stream it. I make sure that, yep, and I upload it to whatever platforms will allow me. So Twitter is the one that allows it. Twitter's the one that allows it generally the most. I've gotten banned on your regular YouTube's, Twitch, TikTok, and Instagram for that type of behavior. But yeah, if I have to go number one or number two, you're going to see it. Great question. I do that regularly underneath the covers. So you'll just see me underneath the covers doing whatever I do down there. I did do it live on YouTube, and you can still find it on Instagram, but that got taken down as well, and I lose the accounts when I do. I have no problem. I'm like a human zoo. You can watch me do whatever I want. So, like, basically, if it's a human thing, like, I don't know, I have a booger or I have a scratch, my ass smells, I have to take a shower, I have to use the restroom, I have to eat, you're going to see it. Well, the YouTubes continue. I just take a phone with me into the shower. Usually it's a Twitter device, and my showers aren't real long, so I just take a quick shower, jump in, jump out, and then I go back in, and my streams are still going. So basically, if I leave the room, it's no longer on YouTube, but it'll at least be on Twitter or some other stream. I appreciate that, Connor. I would love to, and I have. I don't want anybody to think that I haven't tried and haven't been successful at uploading myself showering and fapping and doing everything, all the taboo things. But your major platforms will ban you. They won't just make you take down the video. They absolutely take down your entire account. So that's why I felt like, at least on YouTube, it's probably safer for me to just, fap underneath the covers and go to the bathroom on different platforms. Now, when it comes to something like TikTok, I made over 1,000 TikTok accounts, so that there's really no stopping me on that. If I want to, I can just fap all day long on TikTok, and they want to ban one of my accounts, that's absolutely fine. I'll start up with another one within 10 seconds. I appreciate it. To me, I want it to be a human zoo. I want people to understand that this is what a human goes through or went through between the years 2020 and 2023 through a pandemic. We've seen the death of a queen, the birth of AI, and everything in between. And I wouldn't want this. Absolutely. And that's just part of human nature. I mean, I'm no different than any other human out there. I've gone extreme periods of time where I don't fap, and I have nighttime emissions, and it happens. You basically have a wet dream. So you know from a human being that you either are going to get it out voluntarily or involuntarily, and once you know that, then why not go for it? That could be. They're powerful dreams. If you've ever had a wet dream, they're very powerful.
People can learn more about the adoption requirements at SUTALA.com/adopt. There's a wiggle wrap about mine. Just go to KFIN.com. Search wiggle and/or swagger. New poll suggests time to be running out of TikTok. New Pew Research Center survey comes amid increasing scrutiny of the Chinese-owned video sharing. More than twice as many Americans support the U.S. government banning TikTok as opposed to 50% versus 22%, while 28% are unsure. The older and more conservative you are, the more likely you are to want TikTok banned. People under 30 are the only age group that oppose banning TikTok more than support it, 46% versus 29%. The federal government and multiple states have already banned TikTok on government devices. Mark AFI News. At least 22 people are dead after tornadoes ripped across the Midwest and South Friday. This comes after 4 people were killed in structural collapses in Illinois. 7 deaths happened in McNairy County, Tennessee, and about 110 miles east of Memphis. Officials also confirmed storm-related deaths from the same major system in Arkansas, Alabama, Illinois, Indiana, and Mississippi. Along with downed trees and power lines, many home businesses were heavily damaged or destroyed. Separate system is moving to the northeastern United States tonight. 1 dead already in that storm. Carrie Underwood could break her own record at the DMT Music Awards this year. The only country music award show completely voted on by fans is tomorrow in Austin, Texas. Underwood holds the record for being the most nominated artist in the history of the awards show. She's won Video of the Year for the past 4 years, has a total of 14 nominations in that category and 10 wins if she wins tomorrow. Underwood could break her own record with 25 music awards. Country music fans can watch live on Paramount Plus starting at 5 o'clock tomorrow. Okay, let's check the roads. The 405 near Culver City, that easy enough. Southbound Sepulveda Boulevard had an earlier crash. It's been cleared, but traffic is still stopped from Venice Boulevard. Then on the 405 southbound just before Venice, it's a stall blocking the left lane. You're stopped from National. Crash in Santa Fe Springs, the 605 southbound before Telegraph. Everything off to the right shoulder. Traffic slow from Washington Boulevard. Gardena, the 91 westbound before the 110, a 5-car crash still off to the shoulder. And a hit-and-run crash in Yorba Linda, the 91 westbound before the 241. Everything there off to the right shoulder. KFI in the sky helps get you there faster. I'm Dave Joseph. For this week's Marketers Report, we learn about the value of local resources in uncertain times. From Allison Griffin, Head of Marketing at State Farm.
The economy is tough for everyone, and taking a step back and understanding the pain that your customers are currently going through because of a tough environment is really important. We have 19,000 agents across the country, and they understand what's going on in those very unique communities. iHeart has such a broad broadcast reach that is local, connected, and for us to be able to touch customers with a local feel but at a national scale is so efficient and important for us.
It's the #1 audio company. iHeartMedia gives marketers access to all. Every audience, live conversations, trusted influencers, and the insights and data you need to grow. Not just a media company. iHeartMedia is your access company. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com. Southern California weather from KFI. Today's sun was a huge break on the 25 atmospheric rivers we've had this winter. Here we go. Tonight, mostly clear, then low clouds and fog for dawn. Lows are unshifted. Tomorrow, partly sunny with highs in the mid-60s for LA and OC. Tomorrow night, there's a 20% chance of white rain. And on Monday, there's partly sunny with a lingering chance of white clouds. Tuesday and Wednesday, though, clouds go away, sun comes back. The Luna Beach right now, 56 degrees. Tustin, 61. Long Beach, also 61. And Culver City is at 58 degrees. We leave local. Live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. I'm Jason Middle. AM 640, heard everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. You're listening to Before the Coast, strange stories from the iHeart Vault. I'm Playroom. Tonight we showcase the podcast American Shadows. American Shadows features host Lauren Vogelbaum as she spans 2 centuries of omitted lore from our country's history books, focusing on the darker stories of American history, the people, places, and things that are hidden and forgotten in the shadows. The episode Body of Truth follows the story of Abraham Lincoln, but not his presidency itself, and not about his life leading up to it. After his assassination, it was a long time before President Abraham Lincoln would finally rest in peace. His corpse would first have to survive counterfeiters and grave robbers. Here's American Shadows on Before the Coast, strange stories from the iHeart Vault on KFI AM 640.
His footsteps echoed as he walked the White House hallway. As he did, he heard the sound of sobbing in each room. Inside, among the lace curtains, partially covered by heavy crimson garnet drapery, soldiers stood guard. And there, beneath the painted ceiling with a massive crystal chandelier, a crowd of men gathered around the body, mostly shrouded in cloth. Who died? He asked from the soldiers. The president said, the soldier replied, killed by an assassin. He glanced at the corpse and the man he did not recognize.
Certainly. So I have a question for everyone who has a cell phone or Wi-Fi. Why is it that we have to deal with this terrible scale of 1 bar, 2 bars, 3 bars, or 4 bars? Or in the Wi-Fi scale, that little like 1 dot, 2 curve, 3 curve thing. Why is it that we don't get like actual percentages on how strong our signal is with our carrier? Whether it's 100% or 20%, or why does it differ? I wish I had a phone. My iPhone did this. I wish it would tell me what it is, how strong it is from a Wi-Fi perspective, how strong it is from a network's perspective. I have had this on Android. There are little you can root your device and get little add-ons to it, and it's very, very helpful. And I'm just someone out there, if anybody else has an iPhone, or really any phone out there, why is it that we've been living for 25 years of 1 bar, 2 bars, 3 bars, or 4 bars?
War was war, after all. It had taken one to bring about the end of slavery, as well as the increasing tension between the North and South for the states' rights and expansion. But all of that had come at a tremendous price. Upon hearing their continued voiceless chants,
everyone on Earth has connectivity problems at some point, whether you're on the freeway, whether you're in a rural area, and it would be very beneficial to know, oh, my signal strength is only 34% right now, and that's why it's so slow. Instead, you'll have it go from 1 bar, 2 bars, 3 bars, or 4 bars, and that happens in your house. I don't leave my room and I go from 1 bar, 2 bars, 3 bars, or 4 bars, and I know I'm not the only one. People who just literally have not moved, yet their signal strength changes dramatically for some reason. I really think they don't want people studying this. They don't want people understanding how much electromagnetic radiation comes off of their devices, and they want to keep us stuck in this 1 bar, 2 bar, 3 bar, or 4 bar world, and I'm sick of it. I, from someone who uses a cell phone all the time and have for 20 years, think that we can improve on the amount of connectivity that we have, and also how we display this information.
We want to hear you now, someone said, and Lincoln smiled slightly at the request. He wanted to be sure of his words, though, when he told the crowd as much. He'd be better prepared.
Exactly. People now are relying on these devices for their lifeline. It has your wallet on it. It has your emergency contacts on it. It's your connection to the world. And yet we still have 1 bar, 2 bars, 3 bars, or 4 bars. And that just doesn't make any sense to me. At a certain point, especially if I have something so valuable on it as my bank account, and I want to be able to connect to that whenever I want, I want to know whether I have 100% connectivity, which is what I should have, or 30%, which is a lot of times what I get.
He promised the day of national Thanksgiving before moving on to the heart of the matter. After a moment of pause,
And then we should raise the issue. Why does it vary? And why don't we have consistent signals? 3G was supposed to be so great. 4G was supposed to be so great. 5G was supposed to be so great. And really, I'm not getting anything differently than what 3G has. And if it's like, well, maybe it's your cell provider. I've had them all. I've had AT&T. I've had Verizon. I've had your small ones, and I can tell you the small ones generally work better than the big ones. The worst one that I've had by far was Verizon.
He might have lived in the north, but his allegiance had always been with the
I can
south.
tell you, Verizon was almost like a pain to have because I got so many spam calls once I got a Verizon. I got 3 Verizon lines. I had a family plan on Verizon just to stream my life, and it was absolutely ridiculous. And that's what really started to motivate me to say, look, why don't I have a connectivity? Right now, I'm looking at my wireless. I have 3 out of 4 bars. I don't understand why that is, and why is it maybe in 10 minutes it'll be 4 out of 4 bars, but sometimes it's 2 out of or 1 out of 4. And then why is there such a dramatic difference when Hey Ocean is saying, why is it? And I don't think they want people to start questioning those things. So they don't give you percentages. They don't give you real data. That's just my 2 cents on it. But I know we all deal with connectivity issues, whether you do now or whether you have in the past. It'd be really nice to be able to say, oh, you know what? I'm only at like 25% connectivity right now because I'm in a rural area. So you might not hear me as well, as opposed to your Wi-Fi just going 1 bar, 2 bar, 3 bar. It's just, to me, we could have much better information. And instead of reminding me every 10 seconds who my carrier is or some of the other things, here's another one about at least the iPhone. An iPhone doesn't give you a percentage by default. It just shows you a battery. It doesn't tell you what percentage that is. You have to actually turn that on. And to me, that is something that's very important about the phone. Tell me what my percentage is. Instead, it'll just be like, oh, you need a little bit of charge or a lot of charge. It's very difficult to describe to people. Okay, I'll get off my soapbox.
With the Lincoln seated in their walnut rocking chairs, and with the audience engaged in the performance of Our American Cousin, Steve snuck in and shot the president in the back of the head, while his wife Mary and Beth Henry Lee Jackson and Sarah Harris looked on. The restaurant attempted to tackle the president's assailant. Luke, who was carrying a knife as well as the pistol, cut Jackson and elbowed his shoulder. Mary looked down at her dress, now covered in her husband's blood. She and Sarah screamed. Making a bold escape, Luke leapt the stage below. Shots went out to stop him, but Luke stared into the night. As a manhunt emerged, an army doctor and other physicians converged on the presidential box. Injured and bleeding, but alive. Barely. Suspecting the wound would be fatal, the decision was made to move Lincoln to a more comfortable spot. A man with a room for rent across the street from the theater offered it to them, and 6 men carried Lincoln to the house and laid him onto a bed. Abraham Lincoln died the following morning. Church bells tolled, and people began to mourn. Furthermore, the fireworks and celebration had barely ceased when word of the assassination reached them. Around Lincoln's body lay in state. A photographer's flash went off once more. Afterwards, doctors cut away part of his scalp and removed his brain. As they held it, the bullet fell out. Undertakers worked skillfully, doing what they could to preserve the president's appearance, despite the man's devastating head wound, and arranged his features to resemble a man.
Randy, you're absolutely right. You nailed it. When it comes to EMF and that, how that affects you, I really don't think they want people to want to look into this type of information where, hey, if the microwave is down, my Wi-Fi isn't as good, but what is that doing to my body? They don't want people having these conversations.
Thankfully, they were just as disappointed. Although that didn't stop many Southerners from expressing their sentiments that England had got what he deserved. Back in Washington, scavengers took whatever they could find after Lincoln's body had been moved to a tiny casket. Scraps of his blood-soaked strips, a lock of hair. Doctors who'd removed his brain had taken their own morbid souvenirs as well. Around noon on April 19th, 4 days after his death, over 600 distinguished guests, from generals to politicians, crammed into the East Room of the White House where Lincoln's casket sat. Soldiers stood guard as mourners paid their respects. It was exactly as Lincoln himself had dreamed not too long before. Mary Lincoln and 12-year-old Pat stayed upstairs throughout the 4 days of mourning. With so many people coming and going, and considering how her husband had died, Mary took the safer path of grieving in private. Finally, a smaller group consisting of Lincoln's cabinet, the Supreme Court, and Lincoln's 21-year-old son Robert paid their last respect. But while we've all heard the story of Lincoln's assassination, what happened next is much less
That's a
well
great
known.
point. They have EMF readers
Our story
that you
begins
literally can put
10
in your
days
phone.
after
So it's
his
an
murder.
EMF reader, is what you're
Abraham
saying. It's
Lincoln's
already
pastor was
created.
murdered
They
on
don't want
Thanksgiving
people
night.
using them though, because
At
they'll
his first
realize
trial
how
record
much
site, back in
how much
hometown
radiation
Springfield, Illinois,
their devices put out, and
saw
they'll
him
people.
stranger to the public eye. Lincoln would be in front of them once more. There's more to this story. Stick around after this brief break to hear all about it.
You're listening to Body of Truth, the story of Lincoln's Course, from the podcast American History on Before the Coast. Strange stories from the iHeart Vault. We'll have
And-
more coming up next on KFI. Time now for a news update. Live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom.
These are really wonderful technologies that should be default on the phone. We shouldn't have to rely on third parties to develop such wonderful devices or types of technology. Another one are laser thermometers. Basically, you shoot a laser at something, it tells you how hot or cold it is. Why don't we have that, Tim Cook? You know, we'll get another color iPhone every year. That's great. That doesn't help me as a person. You know what would? An EMF reader like Hey Ocean has on her phone?
San Diego State on Monday, around national camp. We're going to check traffic here in Santa Monica right after this. Sponsored by the California Department of Public Health. Southern California weather from KFI. Overnight lows in the low 50s. Foggy by dawn. Tomorrow highs in the mid 60s for LA and OC. Slight chance of showers. Let's see. Tomorrow night and into Monday. Let's check traffic on the 10th. Now, because 20th Street, you've got crash. Everything is off to the right shoulder. Had an earlier crash in Culver City, the 405 southbound to Sepulveda. That's been cleared from lanes, but you're still from Venice Boulevard. Now on the 405 southbound just before Venice, the stall still blocking the left lane. Down in the 105 eastbound at Lakewood Boulevard, across on the on-ramp, and a hit-and-run crash in Orange, the 55 southbound at Knoll Ranch Road. That's off to the right shoulder. KFI in the sky helps take you there faster. I'm Dave Joshua.
This report is sponsored by Family Dollar. Hop in the spring and save more at Family Dollar. Dressing up with beautiful dresses and rompers at great prices. And welcome back to tasty snacks, beverages, and a variety of ice cream. Family Dollar, helping you do more. Why would a plumber just tell me what it costs to unclog my drain over the phone? Is it that complicated?
No, it's not. It makes no sense at all. They obviously have a price.
Wow, you've got a nice aroma. Who are you?
Mike Diamond, the Snowbird Plumber.
Will you tell me how much to unclog my drain?
$99.
But you haven't seen it.
Don't need to. Doesn't matter if it's a kitchen sink or a mainline sewer stopping. The Snowbird Plumbers at Mike Diamond will unclog almost any drain for $99.
Almost.
Yeah, there are a few exceptions, but you can read all about them on our website before you call. Just go to thesnowgoodplumber.com.
Wow, you went up front and everything. I just told a guy named Bubba who wouldn't tell me anything.
No brothers here, ma'am. Just professional plumbers who show up on time, smell good, and unclog drains for $99. Call us. 1-800-446. Your traditional investments aren't so great right now. So how about investing in assets that not only hold their value, but are just outright fun to own? Have you ever wanted a Rolex but never thought you could afford one? I want to suggest Bosch watches. Rolex, Omega, Cartier, Tudor, and a whole lot more. I have them all. buy, sell, or trade. They have a huge inventory of luxury watches, free overnight shipping on all orders, and a great selection of vintage Rolex watches too. Bob's Watches, the trusted online store to buy or sell modern and vintage luxury pre-owned watches, and all watches are 100% authentic and independently certified. And now to get $200 off, Google Bob's Watches and my name, Bill Handel. Click the link at the top to get your discount automatically applied to your order. Looking to sell your luxury watch? Fast and easy quote online from the watch experts. Google Bob's Watches and Bill Handel.
Pray.com's Meditative Prayer podcast is the best way to bring God's perfect peace into your life. Each meditative prayer helps you focus on God, fighting from your sleep better, listen to meditative prayer on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Sometimes life seems like it's filled with Christ show. Tomorrow morning at 6 on KMI AM 640.
Your stimulating talk.
KFI AM 640 heard everywhere on our radio app. I'm Clay Rowe, and you're listening to Before the Truth, Strange Stories from the iHeart. Let's return now to hear more about the story of Lincoln's Corpse from the podcast American Shadows.
Back in Springfield, President Lincoln's former political friends at the state capitol prepared their containment. They purchased a site close to the train depot downtown where they planned to build him a tomb. There was only one problem. They hadn't discussed their plans with Mary Lincoln. Her husband and children had been the center of her life. Obviously, watching her husband die was devastating, but it hadn't broken her. She argued with Illinois politicians that her husband's last wishes were to be buried in the rural Oak Ridge Cemetery just outside Springfield, and she intended to make sure that happened. Though they disagreed, they had little choice but to oblige. She was, after all, the legal custodian of her husband's body. So, on April 21st of 1865, Lincoln's funeral train, dubbed Lincoln Special, departed Washington. A large photograph of the president had been secured to the front of the engine just above the cattle car. But before reaching its final destination in Illinois, the train was scheduled to make a number of stops in major cities so that mourners could pay their respects. Nearly 300 people rode the 9-car train on any given segment, from national and state officials to military and service personnel, as well as the president's oldest son, Robert. The 9th car was reserved for 2 coffins, actually. One for Abraham Lincoln and one for William Wallace, Abraham and Mary's third son. Willie, as had been called, had tragically died just before Christmas in 1862 at the age of 11, the victim of typhoid fever. Abraham had taken his son's death particularly hard, so Mary thought it was best to have Willie reinterred next to his father. Aside from cities slated for public services, the train has many other scheduled stops as well. Oil lanterns provided light at night, and wood stoves kept the guest cars comfortable. The train would take stops for additional oil and wood, as well as water between boilers and meals for passengers. Making the journey even more cumbersome, over 80 different passenger cars were used to make the 1,700-mile journey. Back then, car packs often had different gauges or widths that required passenger cars to be switched out at various stations. Planners coordinated with newspapers, notifying them when the train would pull into their town. Not only the past, these time zones were standardized back then. Major locations where the train was scheduled to stop planned ahead. The cities constructed decorative arches over the tracks and adorned them with stars and flags. Bells tolled, cannons were fired, and guns saluted, all to mark the train's arrival. People who lived in those less publicized locations simply gathered along the path. They came from everywhere, traveling by foot, horseback, buggy, and sometimes even other trains, all for the chance to watch the president's train pass through. Other times, people wait in the dark, holding torches or sitting by bonfires, hoping to be at the right place at the right time. Some drop to their knees in prayer, others wept. Parents held children high, hoping they'd catch a glimpse of a historic sight that they'd remember for the rest of their lives. And at each stop, armed guards watched over the body. Some stayed on the train to guard Billy's coffin while the president was loaded onto an extravagant horse-drawn hearse. Long processions followed the hearse from train station to state capitol for services. In Philadelphia, his body lay in the church inside Independence Hall East Wing, where the Declaration of Independence had been signed. Newspapers reported that people waited upwards of 5 hours just for a chance to quickly walk past his open coffin. Many of those who got the chance to pay their respects walked away shocked. The corpse before them bore little resemblance to the pictures of the man they'd seen. The thinning chin, the sunken face, the dark pallor that had settled on his skin that morticians could no longer disguise. The dead president didn't look how they expected. To some, he did not resemble a big, tall, great man. The problem, of course, was decay. Involvement back then wasn't what it is today, and by the time the train pulled into Springfield on a particularly hot May 4th, had been dead and unused for 19 days, all without refrigeration. The mortician on board did his best, but no amount of powder could hide the blotches on the president's face. Those public services had been intended as a way to honor him, but now those involved began to feel discipline. Were they respecting the president, or had they disgraced him by parading corpse across the coast? It's no wonder that Mary Lincoln stayed behind in Washington. Just because we can do something doesn't mean we always should. The two coffins were removed from the train for the last time that Thursday afternoon. Behind them, drummers marched and the choir sang. 6 horses through the hearse, followed by Robert Lincoln and a group of Black Americans. The procession marched past Lincoln's home at the corner of 8th and Jackson, and then finally toward the Oakridge Cemetery. There, Abraham Lincoln and his son would be laid to rest next to one another, alongside a clear running stream. The afternoon sun shone down bright and hot. Robert and no less than 1,000 mourners solemnly stood by as the two coffins were carried from the hearse to a 15 by 15 foot public lot. Inside, the walls were draped in black velvet and embellished with evergreen branches. After everything had been through, his assassination, the embalming, countless days of travel and public viewing, Lincoln's body would finally rest in peace. Souvenir hunters, though, had a different plan. Within days, an entire company of soldiers had to be stationed at the vault. The hunters took everything near the tomb that they could carry away. But some weren't satisfied with trifles and mementos, though. No, they wanted something bigger, something more personal. But the thing they wanted was beyond priceless. Some might even call it a sacred national treasure. They wanted the body of Abraham Lincoln. There's more to this story. Stick around after this brief break to hear all about it.
You're listening to Body of Truth, the story of Lincoln's corpse, from the podcast American Shadows on Before the Coast. Strange stories from the iHeart Vault. We'll have more coming up next on KFI. Time now for a news update. I'm Jason Middleton, live in the KFI 24-hour newsroom. One person has been killed in a shooting in the parking lot of a shopping center in West Hills. ABC's Alex Stone says up to 3 more people have been hurt in that shooting. The victims went down in a parking lot outside of the Trader Joe's store. At least one suspect took off in a red car, which was found by police. A man seen in handcuffs along with a woman. The LAPD says it's unknown if the shooter knew the victim. Anaheim police have asked the community for help in finding an urn stolen from a family's home. The family says the urn contained the ashes of their son's remains. The urn was taken on March 21st. Police say the family is offering a $5,000 reward for the safe return of the urn. No questions asked. All southbound lanes of the 5 freeway near Cascade will be closed tonight and tomorrow night as crews work to limit damage from the landslide caused by recent storms. The closure is between Vista Del Lago Road and Templin Highway. The landslide has reduced the 4-lane freeway in that area to 2 lanes. Pope Francis Jesus has been released from a hospital in Rome and is looking ahead to Easter. Officials say he's being treated for bronchitis. Pope Francis is planning to be here in St. Peter's Square for Palm Sunday, which historically marks the beginning of Holy Week, the most solemn period on the church calendar. ABC's Marcus Moore says even before the Pope was sick, plans were underway for a card march to celebrate most of Palm Sunday Mass. Vatican says the Pope is doing well since he had antibiotics and gave the crowd a thumbs up. He was leaving hospital. Okay, let's check the roads. And you check the 405. About right before Howard Hughes Parkway in Westchester, you got a crash off to the right shoulder. A brush fire in downtown LA at 110 southbound at the 101, that's off to the right shoulder. And a crash in Milwaukee out of Flintridge, the 210 eastbound after Angeles Crest Highway, that's off to the right shoulder as well. In Orange, the 55 southbound at Knoll Ranch Road, a hit and run crash, a non-injury crash, that's off to the right shoulder. And in Temesco Valley, the 15 northbound at Temesco Canyon, you've got an overturned vehicle. That's off to the right shoulder. They are awaiting medical proof. KFI in the sky. Be there faster. I'm Dave.